Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dorkvision stream. It's been a month. It's been a bit. It's been a bit crazy. Allie and I have been moving, so that's why it's been taking so long. But we're moved in now, right, Allie?
Yeah. You know, traveling through the void and the veil was really difficult, but we're all here now, mostly.
Yeah, we got a bit of a new setup, so might be hiccups along the way. Dan seems to be on his laptop for now until the mic gets fixed, and we're all good and we're all here. So
no
man,
more
how do these
dilly-dallying.
things work? Am I the DM?
Yeah, I know what you're doing right now.
Oh, also I need to kind of adjust Allie. So,
Oh.
Yeah, I guess I can do announcements. You can watch the Dorkvision stream every Sunday night from now on, from 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can watch our sister stream, a different group of people going through the Undermountain, on Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m., again, Eastern Standard Time. You can find my books on Drive Through RPG as well as the DM's Guild under Noble Crumpet Publishing. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Let's get into what happened last time because we have a bit of a different setup this time around. So, last time, you guys finished your battle with Rabosso, the necromechanical death tyrant genius, and his skeletanks. An interesting fight. You found out lots of lore in that dark tower about the cult and their potential machinations that have been going on behind the scenes. It's not all clear yet, but it seems to be coming together. Meanwhile, you guys are still headed to the mythical city of Famladan to try and bargain for a genie's wish for Amon to stop his god Encabulos from fucking over the world, pretty much.
His god?
It was his god. It saved his life, and it saved his life and granted him divine power. But
Right,
now
but it's a bad
Nerul
relationship now.
has chosen him as a patron of him. But on the way there, along with your friend Thrazir, who's guiding you to Famladan, but along the way there, you guys encountered a ambush of Eloran knights. Eloran an entire Aloran like battalion here,
Yeah.
waiting in hiding at a fortress known as Qirad al-Raja, which is a Nudonian fortress, and it's been under siege by Connaughton's and their army, which includes treants among their number, as well as like mounted cavalry, people like riding wolves with archers astride them, a whole bunch of different stuff going on, and basically they tried to order Zumasu to join them, thinking that he was Zumasu, but he refused. And you guys are kind of sitting out this battle, but Mao, you have been tasked, or rather commissioned, to kill the Connaughton general, the enemy general, which should severely impact their ability to fight and organize. Believe it was half now, half later. What was the money being paid?
30,000 GP.
Yes.
It was something
15,000
ridiculous
upfront.
because there was a natural 20 in negotiations.
Yes.
Yeah. And we sniffed at 1,000 like it was pennies.
Because it is!
It is.
Cause
Admittedly.
it is.
So yeah. This is going to be an interesting session. It's the worst one for us to come back in because there's a bunch of new rules. Because I wanted you guys to participate in, or at least bear witness to, this mass combat battle using the Unearthed Arcana rules for D&D 5e. So even if you guys aren't participating necessarily in the battle, I know Mao does have a role to play, and Boon Crash is in Mao's portable hole pocket. You guys do have full control and visibility of all of these units here, and their little commanders that are in the top left of each unit. And basically, the goal is going to be to see who's victorious in this outcome. Because even I don't know who's going to be victorious in this event. So,
Just throwing it out there, if I kill the squad leader, whoever is playing as a Connaughtons might have a bad time. Just saying.
well,
If I don't, I might have a bad time.
that's for you guys to decide. So, I know that Boom Crash, you have you don't want to really participate in the like you don't want to be under control of these things or controlling some of these things.
Sorry, I'm gonna nope out.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want, you could just control one unit, like one of these groups. If one fancies your eye or something.
One of the
Like a
one of
single-
the Aloran guards, because you are kind of they're your sort of allies here, because you're going after the Connaughtons.
So instead of the whole fleet, just like one little group.
Basically, you got
do
your
that.
little
If
suicide
you
group
wanted
to help
to-
you make distractions.
If you wanted to have a bit more agency, you can do that. You can,
To help
Oh,
pass
some
the
people
time.
just want to watch the world burn.
yeah.
Doesn't
You can
matter.
also just watch. That's fine too. I mean, it's up to you. But and I guess the same goes for you too, Mao. I guess just don't control the Connaughtons.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna move the commander over to me.
Aw,
A tactical blunder, but he thinks that it's the right thing to do.
cheat.
And
Fine, I'll function with a couple of the.
Wait, so
Alorans.
who controls who? We should probably.
everybody can control everybody, but that's also what I wanted to figure out.
Oh,
I know
I thought
Amon,
it was factioning.
Amon, you wanted to control the yellow faction, the Nudonians that are shored up in their like pinnacle fortress here. Yeah.
Yeah. Although that means I don't move. Nice.
That's
Well,
true.
you
Yeah.
can move, but right now you are in those walls. So, Zumasu, did you want to control one of the factions? And if so, which one? There's two left.
I kind of wanted that one, but if that's the case, I'll take the Alorans, I guess.
All right. I guess then I can control the Connaughtons for the
And then
most
I can
part.
control some of the Alorans then. That way it'll split up some of the.
Share the load?
responsibility between- Yeah, share the load.
Share
Yes.
the load, Master Frodo.
Samwise Gamgee and Frodo Baggins is going to run in and stab people.
This sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, who do you want to control on the Alorans? I guess if you wanted to split it up that way. Do- I'll explain some of these units here. You got the archer symbols. Those are mostly archers from the Hazel branch. You got one group of mages down here. I'll zoom in a bit on the screen. These are Eldritch Knights. They have less spells, but still military power. These are your just run-of-the-mill soldiers. And these guys are cavalry and paladins.
Okay.
Any preference?
Magey wizard stuff.
Okay. You want to control one of these guys? The mages?
What about what's the Hazel Knights specifically? Like, are they?
They're Eldritch Knights. They're
Eldritch Knights.
battle mages.
Okay.
Jedi's.
Jedis.
What do you want, Dan?
Well, Dan, if you want, you can control the entire faction.
I feel like I'll maybe give Allie like 2 and I'll take the rest of them.
Okay. I was thinking like ranged maybe, unless you want to do more range stuff, or.
I feel like you probably should take I take a spellcaster and a melee actually, because your best bet would probably be to use something that could distract and
Okay.
cover you.
Okay, so I'll do this one and like these two over here. Oh.
Yeah, that'd probably make more sense, because that way you can use the melee to, like, you know, cover you a little bit. The mages could do something to cover you, and then the other forces could, you know, do
Yeah.
regular stuff.
I can do
So,
that.
I guess, Chris, here's the other question then. Are you going to kind of fill us in on what the faction's, like, motivation, goals, sort of what's the objective for each group?
I can do that.
Murder.
So, in general, the Alorans were here to assist the Nudonians. That's their pretense. But they know full well that they're here to take control of the fortress. They're here to military occupy it. Because
Got
that's
it.
the way the Alorans are.
Right.
The
So
Connaughton-
technically speaking, the goal of the Alorans isn't necessarily to take over the fortress, but to at least get rid of the Connaughtans and surround it.
It's
like
to
at-
get rid of the Connaughtans, mainly, and to basically occupy the fortress. The Nudonians they actually have the weakest number of units, but the kind of highest defended position. They need help, but they also don't want to be occupied, so they have a bit of a tight space to navigate. The Connaughtans are literally just sieging the place, and they have been for a while. Like several, about a week, I'd say. Even though
Yeah.
the Nudonians have priests that can create food, it's not enough for everybody, and their morale is like fairly low, but it's kind of negated by the fact that they're religious zealots.
I guess what I'm saying is, even worst case scenario, the Alorans have the easiest time, because if they can defeat the Connaughtans, they don't even necessarily need to take the place if they just occupy the exits. Because then it'd be just like, okay, what are you gonna do? Escape into us? Anyway.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, and we're probably gonna have to get into the nitty gritty of it at some point. But I guess another thing to go over is the rules for mass combat. The rules are very arguably simple, and I put them in the top right. It's like a Cliff's Notes of the giant PDF. But basically, each of these units. I'm gonna turn down the music or something. It's blasting in my ears. I know it's probably not in the stream, but
Is it possible to drop those clip notes in, like, the Discords?
Dang. I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can copy it from. Nope, I can't copy it from Roll20. Although
Okay.
I can print screen it. Hold on a
That
second.
might well.
I'll put it in the Dorkvision notes so that it doesn't get subsumed by memes. And I think it was originally a screenshot, so it's now a screenshot of a screenshot. So basically,
Screenception.
the main idea is that each of these units, which is the big token, they have a battle rating, and that's represented by the blue number if you zoom in to like see it. Even the commanders, which are in the top left of them, they also have a battle rating, or BR, I guess. And that's basically their modifier for their attack rolls and defense rolls. When two units collide, it's just a opposed d20 roll, and then they add their battle ratings together. Whoever is the higher one wins. If the defender wins, then there's no effect. If there's a tie, there's also no effect. If the attacker wins, then the defender loses 2 battle rating. If the attacker wins by 11 or more, like, because these are huge numbers, there could be very big swingy differences, they instead lose 5 battle rating, and then they need to make a morale check or instantly die, basically.
Basically, they run around and people die when they're running behind.
Yeah, the term is just they're routed, so they are presumed to be running away from the scene.
Yeah, historically, that's when most people died anyway.
Yeah. You also, if a unit becomes bloodied, like less than half their battle rating is left, then they need to make a morale check, or they will be routed as well. And then, if a unit gets routed, everybody in a 500-foot radius needs to make a morale check, or becomes stunned for 1 round, like from the confusion of one of their units being like subsumed and disappearing and running away.
Chris, I have a question, even though this is a fantasy setting. Do they use drums in these armies?
Of course. What do you think bards
Hell
do?
yeah. Hell yeah. Because, okay, for context, I was wondering why drums were always used. I always thought it's stupid, but then somebody explained it, and it was basically just like, it's the only thing you can hear over a battlefield to like give commands.
Yeah. It's a radio officer.
Yep, which is why it was also really mean to shoot them, because you were shooting children that were just telling messages. So it's like, when things were going bad, somebody was trying to do their drum solo to tell everybody, get into formation, I'm doing this drum solo to save your asses.
The people that might not do it are the Alorans, because they might have more efficient magical communication.
Somebody's got like a giant bellowing soundstone floating above their heads.
Yeah.
We got amps here in our army.
So the otherwise everything is kind of like normal attacking and stuff, and a normal D&D combat round. The what's it called? The scale is in squares of 50 feet, and everybody's movement is 10 times their normal speed. So basically 300 feet or 6 squares.
Eh.
So it's fairly similar. Mounted units, so anybody that has like a sort of like horseshoe in their icon is probably mounted. They probably have a faster movement speed, and that's the only time you need to look for that. The range is a bit wonky. It's slightly different than a normal short bow and longbow, because I just evened them to units of 10 and made it so it's possible to actually shoot people from range. You can dash, you can disengage, but it's harder to disengage in mass combat. If you do so, you have to make a morale check, or you lose your entire turn. And even if you do succeed at the morale check, you can only disengage like at half speed. It's like you've moved an entire army of people forward, and now you're telling them to back out. So once you're locked in, just know it's going to be hard to get out of combat again.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's better to just kind of go all in and hope for the best.
Yeah. So it's all about the engagement in this impending battle. There's also 2 different types of sort of. There's no dodge action, but there's a defend action, which will impose disadvantage on attackers, just like dodge normally would. And then there's guard, and guard is kind of like invoking the Sentinel feat. If anybody enters your space, you get a free attack on them.
Nice.
There are some of these units have abilities that I've marked with like little tokens in the top left corners or top right corners. The one that matters to this Sentinel feat is this pikeman on the Nudonians. they have sentinel feet automatically. The pikemen can hit people if they engage with them. So it's sort of explanatory. I think that's mostly it. The only other things are advantage and disadvantage have different things that can apply them. High ground will give a unit the advantage. Pack tactics, everybody kind of has pack tactics, so if there's 2 units surrounding a unit, like 2 of your allies are ganging up on one guy, then you have advantage. You have disadvantage if there are 2 or more units ganging up on you. So I just called that inverse pack tactics in the Cliff's notes. And also, if somebody has cover against ranged attacks, well, the ranged attacks have disadvantage instead of like different AC. Also, that will not work, but you can shift double click on a unit to pull up its stats, but the stats largely don't matter unless spells come into play. Because then we'll have to like make like saving throws or something.
Okay.
And yeah, you've stumbled upon one of the things that is unique about this. Anybody with a red dot on their unit, they have Scorching Wands equipped, which you guys have seen before.
So these are the stormtroopers. Got it. Pew pew.
Yeah, well, they have a bunch of wands that just can cast Scorching Ray, kind of like the ones that the hobgoblins were using against you.
Yeah.
So you'll find those on all sides, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of okay. So I'm trying to also a little bit understand how their movement works. So you have the commander icon, which is the one on the top left, and then you have the bigger.
They move with the unit, no matter what.
But do they have an action on their own as well? Is how that works, or is it one action for the unit and them?
They can act when the unit goes.
Okay, but it would be like you click on the unit, choose your action, and then you click on the commander and choose your action.
Yeah, the unit will probably go before the commander. And what the commander will probably do is just attack like an enemy unit and basically kill one of their people, which may reduce their battle rating.
Yeah. Or whatever special stuff they got.
Yeah, kind of.
Some other things here.
But they don't have to do that. They can also just attack with the group, and then they'll just add their battle rating, because they have one.
Some of these guys have 0, so it might be better for them to do their own thing.
Yeah, some of them might be better to do their own thing, but they can add their battle rating to the overall unit if they just don't do anything. It's kind of like their challenge. They're adding their challenge rating together. I guess the only other icons that matter, these Royal Scout Cavalries have mounted combat feat, essentially. So they have advantage on anybody else that's not mounted. Anybody that's like a knight, if they have like this sword icon here, that means that they're brave and they have advantage on morale checks. And on the Alorans down here, anybody with a star, it's only the Alorans that will have this, but anybody with a star icon kind of has magic resistance. So they have advantage on saves against spells. And I think
You get fancy
that's it.
armor.
I also put numbers in the top left or in the top right using those new icons that I made. That just tells you how many people are in the unit. That doesn't need to like change overall. That's just to give you an idea of how many people are in there. Whew. That was a lot to explain.
We're playing tabletop Fire Emblem, so we're going to see how this goes.
Yeah, this is kind of a learning experience for everybody, including me. So I fully expect it to be like a crunchy slog fest. If anybody tells you differently, they're wrong. That's what it's going to be. So I think we're ready to go.
All right, let's get it on.
All right, so combat tracker. I'm going to select all of these individual units and give them all initiatives. It's sort of important because if everybody just takes a turn on their own, they'll end up moving like a ton of units before anybody else gets the chance to move theirs. And I'm also going to add Mao, Boomcrash, Amon, and Zumasu to the group. Thrazir's not going to participate. He doesn't have. He can do battlefield stuff, but he doesn't want to. He's impartial. Okay. I think. Wow, Mao, good job. So, let's get started. What's that?
Were we supposed to roll initiative or just Mel?
No. I just rolled for everybody. I said good job, Mao, because she got 22. She's going second.
You got 22. Time to murder.
So technically, everybody here is kind of surprised. The green units and the gold units, the Nudonians and the Connautans, they do not know that the Alorans are even here. So we're actually going to wait until they take their turns. Mao, do you want to do anything in the meantime?
I would like to move closer and get into position and try and figure out who my target is.
Okay, so right now, these boys are on top of the... Okay, so that cliff that you're on, that is 50 feet up if you wanted to get up to that space.
What's the drop on the other side, I guess? Because it looks like it goes further down.
It does go a bit further down. It's a 50-foot drop here, but it's a 100-foot drop here. There's little ID markers here to designate the differences.
Well, climbing over and carefully climbing down might prove to save time, so yeah, let's climb up the cliff.
Okay. Also, roughly, I know we're doing like turns, but technically each of these rounds is going to be like, each person's turn is like a minute in combat, kind of, instead of like 6 seconds, to give people a more relaxed perspective as to what's happening.
So do single characters move in the same way as like the mass combat, or are they...
That's a thing to consider that I didn't. So, I'm gonna say you can have your own same normal speed. Okay, so I'll elaborate on what I'm saying.
Please and thank you.
Multiply your movement speed by 10. So 30 feet would become 300 feet. You have 300-foot movement speed because you're moving over an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to everybody?
It's every minute and it's not 6 seconds. Got it.
Yeah.
So I can definitely climb up this thing and move 100 feet in?
Yeah. Well, it would take 100 feet of your movement speed to climb, just because you would climb at half movement speed.
Right.
So you would have 200 feet left. Okay. And if you need help, the ruler should go in increments of 50.
I was just about to... Yeah. So, 100 feet up. And then 200 feet could technically get me out to the edge so I can see. Alright.
Okay.
You could take a mage with you.
Hey, you, Commander, come with me.
I do have a mage with me. Boomcrash. In my pocket.
You do.
I'm saying, but if it's 300 feet, you could technically spend time moving a mage over the mountains if you really wanted to.
Just throw them in the pocket. Nah.
Well, I'm talking about the whole mage unit going over the hill, because it's going to take time to go over here, but if you wanted to have one... Yeah.
You mean when it's the Aloran's turn?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I was like, Mao ain't taking anybody. But Aloran, yeah.
Okay.
That'll probably be better for range anyway.
So Boomcrash is with Mao, and Zumasu and Amon, your characters are still here if you want to use them at all. But for now, I'll just have you guys.
Actually, in game I did have a weird idea. So can we say this establishes? I give Mao the sending stone. I have my sending stone. Can I like scry on Mao to keep a sort of overhead view of what's happening?
With the amber orb?
With the crystal ball.
Yeah, you can do that.
Basically, I want to give her like a sort of, if you'll allow this, like a slight advantage on like seeing if anybody's approaching her, if somebody spotted her with like a sort of overhead surveillance Splinter Cell thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can do an over-the-shoulder thing if you want to.
Yeah, that way I give her a bit of a wider view in case she misses anything, and it can just be second pair of eyes.
And due to the amber nature of your crystal ball, it's kind of like you have a sort of golden eye of Mao's over the shoulder. Sorry, I was trying to go for something. Got lost a bit.
I mean, I was looking for my isometric, but it'll still probably help a little bit.
So, it is this unit's turn. Mao, were you controlling one of these Oaken Knights? I'm going to try and zoom in a bit.
Yeah, she was taking one of the Oak Knights.
Mhm.
I was taking the other ones. So, should I move some, or Mal, which Oak Knight do you want?
That was the one that she moved before, so...
Yeah, I just grabbed like the top ones. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
As long as it-
I'm probably just going to start moving the units. You said, so... It's 300 feet they can move?
Yep. The standard movement for these guys is 6 squares or 300 feet.
They're probably just going to move in formation to get ready to ambush her on the side, because they aren't going to climb up no mountain.
Hmm.
Well, actually, maybe one will try. Wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, so they're all just going to... I'm just going to have them all move forward, except for one, which is going to start climbing up the mountain.
Okay, you should be able to grab them and move them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's these guys' turns.
Oh, is there a difference between those ones?
Yep. It's the one that the orange marker thing is around.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go there. There we go.
Okay, they begin their movement. You can also dash if you wish.
If he dashes, he can't prepare an action, right?
Yes.
And second thing is, do we know if we know the Kanadan forces over there from general intel? Do we know if they know we're over here yet?
You have knowledge of where their units are. Yeah, you pretty much can see the battlefield.
Okay.
Or at least you have knowledge they're around this corner.
I'm gonna just stay here and defend for now until the rest of the units come up.
Okay. I should also say I don't think you can technically ready an action. You would just have to do a guard action.
Okay.
Right. It is these guys' turns. So these are an archery unit. What will you do with them, Zamasu?
They will also move. You know, we're gonna use this. They're further back, so they're not gonna go up the mountain. They're just gonna go in formation. If somebody's guarding, can they shoot somebody who gets in within range? Or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they can't necessarily get much further than that, so they're just gonna stay in here and guard.
Yeah. And I'll say that they can, like, move through allied units fine because of the nature of the turn-based system. And because
Okay.
I don't want to deal with half movement speed and stuff. Right. This set of royal soldiers, they are still doing nothing. In fact, so are most of these guys. Okay. More Aloran archers. Maybe I should have had all the archers as one group. Oh well. So Zamasu, are they just moving in as well?
Oh, sorry, I was checking something else. They're actually gonna start climbing up the mountain.
Okay. So they begin their ascent.
Would they be able to get there in one round? Because that's 100 feet up, you said, and it's like 100 feet over here. Would they be able to just go this way?
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for an entire... Well, I guess it's not that many people. There's only 20 people in this contingent. So yeah, they can move at normal rules for half speed, climbing up stuff.
These guys would just go up here and guard because they're going to get ready to go and take the high ground, because that's useful.
Okay. They have the high ground. Would you like them to dash at all?
If they dash over... They can't take an action if they dash, right? So they can't guard if they move, right?
They can't guard if they dash. These guys
Yeah.
are unfortunately equipped with short... wait. No. Yeah, they got longbows. I was reading short sword. So longbow has 150 for their range. So their range is fairly small compared to, you know, normal D&D. So it's
They
only...
can move over here pretty safely, though.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard for the other guys to get close to them. So they'll go there, they won't guard, because nothing can reach them quite yet.
Okay. They can also shoot with disadvantage out to 600 feet, which is technically they could reach these guys.
But they dash, so they wouldn't be able to do that. So they wouldn't want to do that. They wouldn't want to get shot at by peeps. So
Let's look in there. Okay.
just want to make sure that's a little bit further.
Little bit
they're going to
further.
just stay where they're just going to stay where they were in guard. If
They
they
take a
got shot
perch.
at, they can return fire.
They take a perch on the high ground.
Yeah, if they get shot at, they'll return fire.
All
That's
right.
what their thing is.
The treants are going to take their turn. I don't know if they'll be able to spot these archers immediately, but they'll try. Do actual roll tonight. Oh, okay. So yeah, trees are tall. We all know this. They have a druid perched atop their backs, and they are able to see this small group of archers climb up onto the precipice up there. They point this out to the rest of their group, and the leaders start to scramble their troops. The treant is basically going to pass their turn in this case, because they spent their turn just perceiving. And let's roll for these cavaliers, kind of. C, can you take the Knight of Dawn, that's the commander of this group, and have them make a perception check?
All right. Skill, perception. Wee.
Well, those helmets are very
They're
constrained.
tipping the head down, man.
Okay. These guys are probably going to need to make check as well, because they're in a different group. Okay. I think that they have perceived the archers as well, even though it was difficult with this mountain here, but their keen eyes were able to check out these archers up here. They alert everybody in this general vicinity, which is going to alert people on this side as well. So now the Kanatans are aware of the Alorans, but this guy is going to skip their turn. Another group of archers have the turn. Are they moving up the cliff as well? Zumasu.
Yeah, they're going to move up the cliff.
Okay. They move up the cliff and take their position. They probably have enough time to take the guard action if they wish.
Yeah, they're taking the guard action. The new Dawnians can see us, right?
They haven't spotted you yet. It's only been like a minute.
Okay. Is there anything our guys could do to show that we're not aggressive towards them? Because the archers don't want to get shot at by those peeps. Although it doesn't really look like they're doing anything.
There's
Yeah,
not
they'll
much
just take
that
the
there's not much that you can do other than like flying the Aloran flag.
Yeah, so I guess they're just gonna keep the guard action in case they get shot at by somebody.
Okay. They are guarding. I wonder if there's a thing I can do on the icons. Why is it not zooming in? Do. I'll just do this little sparkle thing. Actually, no, not a sparkle thing. I'll do a color. This yellow dot means that they are guarding. So that'll tell me for the future if that ends up happening. All right. This group of knights, they are not mounted, but they are aware of your presence now. So let's see if they will do. I hate this stupid orange thing. It keeps trying to be on the front. Alright, so they are aware of the archers. They're going to take a bit of cover down in here and end their turn. They're going to guard as well. It is more of the Oak Soldiers' turns.
Okay. There he is. Yeah, he's just gonna move up. Let's see. He can move a little bit further. The bushes, do the trees count as cover?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. So he's actually gonna use the dash action to get over here behind the trees.
All right. They're going to take some cover then.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't want to move too far forward without, getting engaged or getting guard, so that's it.
All right. Another set of oak soldiers. Are they following their lead?
Yes. This one's gonna also. Boop-a-doo-doop-doop-doo.
Hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Also, to put things in perspective, these groups of oak soldiers, they are platoons of 150 knights. Well, 150, like, less than knights. Amon, it is your personal turn. Will you do
All right.
anything other than sip tea?
While sipping tea, I wish everyone would die, and then that's gonna trigger my divine intervention. I can do it once a week, once a day. So let's try it.
You can do it once a day? Oh, it's just, it goes away if it works, right?
Yes. Speaking of which,
What is the
let's see-
what is the percentage?
uh, it succeeds, baby.
Oh, shit. What do you request of your deity?
I gotta keep mouse safe.
I do not want to do mass combat. Next encounter, please.
A giant thunderstorm starts happening. Everybody goes home because they don't want to fight in the rain.
Stars, can't do it. Not today.
Well, I did jokingly grunt that like I wish everyone was dead. So,
Are
so
we gonna have a fucking monsoon and tornado happen?
or like everyone just was like, oh, nothing happens, like because everyone will die in the future automatically anyway. It's inevitable. So, tell me, God, what will you do, you GM?
So your request of Nerul is that everybody would die.
Oh my god.
I need a minute.
I could retract the statement, but
I need a moment here, but your request is being processed.
yeah, like it's up to you, man. Like the rule doesn't kill indiscriminately, so there is that.
Hmm.
But he does know that I work for him, so maybe, or maybe I'll just be dead. Who knows?
Oh no, what'd you do?
I might have something.
Everyone, are we gonna have the rapture where like half the crowd just zips away?
Tornado appears. We have a terrain hazard. Dragons fly over.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Do you want me to do something else? I can always do something else.
Never.
I'm sorry that this is taking so long. I'm going to say that as you passively just make this idle request of your deity, the sky begins to become overcast. A cloud moves over the sun, darkening the battlefield. You see that a little drop of liquid plops into your tea, and
It wasn't
then
me.
more drops begin to fall all around you. It is starting to rain in the Scablands, and it seems that whatever this rain is, it's creating this sort of sizzle on the landscape. Acid rain has begun to fall.
Oh Jesus Christ.
It's not my fault, guys.
Yes, it is.
This is entirely your fault. I love it, but it is your fault.
Let me see if I can do this. Oh, maybe that won't happen.
I'm glad I'm under trees for some of my units.
How do I enable animation? It's weird. I don't think I can. I could have sworn there used to be, oh, there it is. Ah, thank God. Let's put this on the map layer. Let's get some actual animated rain going on here. Yeah. This look okay. Whoa. No. Not you. Okay. It's a little slow, and it's a little big, but now there's acid rain. Okay, so I've decided what this acid rain effect is going to do is that every turn, a unit is going to make a morale check, and on a failed morale check, they're going to take two BR damage. Yay! It begins to rain, acid rain. The sky has darkened. I might even have a mood thing for that, but I'll look for that later. Good use of turn, I suppose.
Yeah. It's not my fault.
For the rest of you player characters, it's going to be a Constitution saving throw, or else take, we'll say a d6 of damage. Okay.
As player characters, we can more easily find color, can't we?
Sure can. Okay, it is one of the Acanthus cavalry, led by one of the paladins of Hieronius's turns. What will you do, Zumasu?
Okay, so the cavalry is now completely pissed off. They move how much further, or what was their specialty?
Their specialty, they just have the brave feat. So,
Okay, I thought they could move farther.
Oh, they can. If you shift double click, you can open their character sheet. Oh, sorry. They use this warhorse. Yeah, in the top right corner. So if you click on the warhorse, or shift double click on the warhorse. Actually, I don't know if I
their speed is
enabled
60
that.
feet, so
Their
they
speed
can
is
move
60
twice
feet,
as
so they
far.
can move 600 feet, yes. I also realized that this this little invisible mood token with an aura, because I've increased the size of the scale of the map, it's just a tiny square now. Try and fix this. You can move as you will.
Okay, they're going to be getting information to do a charge. Someone's probably going to follow behind. Alright, that's it.
Alright. Now I think I've effectively transformed this desert place into a terrifying nightmare. The other Acanthus cavalry goes right after them.
They're just going to follow the rear.
Okay.
Ahead than the archers. Because I have a sort of idea what they're going to do. That's
Okay. These Royal Knights' turn. They are aware of the archers that have just appeared there. They're also headed by the general of the Connaughton forces. They are just going to simply guard for now and hold their position. Okay. I'm going to need another perception check from a Knight of Dawn, which is going to come from you,
The commander, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the commander. Let's see. Perception. Wow. Okay. That's what it is. Can't see anything in this rain.
Yeah.
That's legit.
I will I will, since the changing of this scenery has happened, this sort of divine omen, I'm gonna have this dude make a perception check. I don't think you can control him, so I'll just do that.
No, I
for you.
cannot.
Do perception. He
I
has.
hope he's a black. I hope he's a black dragonborn, because it's acid.
Actually, I think he's copper, so I think he's also fine.
Oh, nice. Okay. No.
So, Grizzled Wrath a la lore is the warlord of the fortress, Qirad al-Raja. And he has gone to the top of one of the turrets and noticed, even through the rain, that there is something amiss, and that there are groups appearing on the mountaintop to the south. He's also noticed the movement in the Khanatan forces, and he scrambles the rest of the troops. So even though the Knight of Dawn failed to see it, the commander is, the warlord is whipping you guys into shape. The Nudonians are now aware of the presence. Boomcrash, you are in a hole. Do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna study the spell book that I have. I guess I'm just doing homework.
I mean, crunch time.
Gotta cram and learn some new spells. It's gonna be great.
Do you want lo-fi hip-hop music to study to?
Yes.
That's what I was doing this morning. Oh. It might be
Sorry,
easier
I took a
to
interruption.
shift double-click on the units to bring up their journal entries.
Sorry.
It'll be easier to read them there. Right. One of the royal soldiers is being ordered by the captain to basically take formation here. He's gonna move one. Oh, darn it. And not move them all at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. He's going to take position here at the top of this incline here. And they are going to guard. Which it looks like they... Oh, I see what I've done. And they're going to guard. Right, the last set of oak soldiers. It is their turn.
They are going to follow in tow. I'm sure. I mean, I guess you can't move through forces, right?
I'm saying that you can, as long as you don't end your
Okay.
turn there.
Okay, so I will move through and then end my turn, yeah, here around the corner.
Alright. Your forces squeeze in amongst your allies on the lower levels. Okay. Is the Aloran Mage's turn? Is this also under your control, Mao?
Yeah. Can they try
Coincidentally.
and climb up on top of... Actually, I should probably look at what their range is first, because there's no point in being on top of a cliff if they can't hit anything.
They do have firebolts. They have 120-foot range. As an entire unit, they can attack at range. They also have access to spells like Fireball, Fly,
Ice
Storm, Cone of Cold,
Nice.
Misty Step as well. They could technically... it's only 30-foot
Can they all
range on the
Misty
teleport.
Step?
They can, but it'll only take them 30 feet, so it won't get them up the cliff face.
Well, shit. I guess they're just gonna try and climb up.
They can all cast Fly if they want to.
Yes. They all cast Fly, and they're just gonna fly out so they can attack from above, but they're gonna hang out on the cliff
I
first.
believe that gives them 60-foot movement speed.
So that means they can go 600 feet.
Yep.
I don't know if they would want to reveal themselves first.
Well, everybody else has been revealed, kind of. Not everybody, but
Well-
the Alorans have been revealed.
The Alorans have been revealed over here in the corner, right?
Nope, they've been revealed right here.
Oh, and the archers? Okay.
Yeah, they're the only
So
ones that are
then-
visible.
Yeah, so they're gonna cast Fly, and then they're gonna fly up into the air, I guess, to try and divert attention away from the,
The ambush.
yeah, the soldiers, basically. So it's just keeping the attention on the ridge.
Alright. the mages fly up onto the ridge, led by the Aloran Elementalist commander. They are all wielding their blazing firebolts ready to engage. They've used
Do
their
I have
actions.
a certain amount of spell slots, or is it just sort of?
Technically they do. I guess I can just, since there's only one group of mages, I'll give them their spell slots. If you're looking at the sheet, I'm just increasing their.
I see.
Yeah. So they've used one fly, 3rd level spell slot. Okay. Yeah. So they've all used that spell slot to fly.
Yes.
And that was their action, so they can't really do much else. So they're there.
600 feet in the air.
Right. The Nidonians are finally aware of the presence of an incoming fight. The Cavaliers have the turn.
All right. Well,
These guys have 600-foot movement speed if they wish to move, but you guys are currently inside of a fortress under siege by Connaughton's, and also acid rain, which I immediately forgot to do these things for. Shit.
I'm gonna hunker. Well, I'm assuming center forward. There's some level of cover. I'd say we try to hunker it down because they're not gonna be able to advance through this, and we're all in the same situation. We're all taking damage. So, the commander doesn't have any abilities. I'm gonna just move this up for a bit.
Yeah, all the Knights of Dawn are the same.
Okay. In that case, at this point, all I gotta do is request aid from the war priest because he's the only one that can probably do anything about anything. And
Yeah. The War Priest is in charge of a contingent of 10 Knights of Dawn. So all these commanders, this is a group of 10 of them.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, the mercenaries have the stats of thugs. The Cavaliers are knights.
Okay, so Cavaliers are gonna stay put, and probably just gonna start telling people to take cover.
Okay. So you guys can take cover, and since you're in buildings, I'll say that all these Nudonians have advantage on the checks to avoid damage, which I've been forgetting to do the damage thing because I just wanted to get through it, I think, and I just started clicking through people. So we're gonna start that, I think, at the top of the round, if that's all right with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They take some cover. The Royal Scout Cavalry, they are going to start engaging these archers up here. So they have 60-foot... Actually, they're riding wolves. I should check the wolves' movement speed. 50 feet, so they can only move 500 feet compared to the horses. Okay. And since the Hazel archers down here on the ridge were guarding, they technically, these archers astride wolves have entered their longbow range. They can attack with disadvantage if they want to. Would you want to, Zumasu?
Sorry, what?
These guys can attack with disadvantage if they want to.
Yeah, they would because they were guarding. Which ones are those guys attacking? The archers?
The scout cavalry.
Oh, yeah, scout archers.
Well.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess because even those are soldiers, they can attack back. I guess. Yeah, they'll attack first then.
So, these guys are wielding short bows. They have simplified range 300. Yeah, they can't hit them, so technically, although it is an opposed roll, you won't take any bad things from this or anything. So, here's how the first roll of the engagement works. Just roll a d20.
Okay.
since the Elementalist is kind of just acting with them,
That's not a bad roll.
since the Elementalist is acting with them, they're going to add their commander's battle rating to their battle rating, which is 40 plus 8, so plus 48. Meanwhile, Scout Cavalry will do their roll. Looks like you're probably going to come out ahead on this, because they only have plus 35. So 14 plus 35 is 49. So it's 49 versus your 48 plus 15, which is a lot.
48 plus 15, that's 63.
63. So, wow, this is a lot more math than I was expecting.
That's 14, right? Or is that...
You got a 15.
No, I was just doing the quick math there. I think that's... The difference is, I think, 14.
The difference is greater than 10. So, technically, the Scout Cavalry loses 5 battle rating. Dang it. Orange thing, go to the back.
So guarding was the right choice here.
It was. Oh,
It was
wait,
one
you're
of
supposed to roll
those-
with disadvantage. So you actually have to roll again.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Okay, well, that changes very little. So, now
That was
the
the same
Scout
exact
Cavalry, as the Hazel Archers have launched their longbows, even through this acid rain, which actually should probably be imposing disadvantage anyway, it flies through and it mows down a few of the Scout Cavalry. The rest are able to dodge, but in the acid rain and all of this manic stuff that's happening, they lose a lot of people, and they're going to need to make a morale check, which is just a d20 check, plus their morale bonus, which right now is just plus 0. Everybody has plus 0 right now for their morale. Oh wait, there might be something with commanders. Is there something with commanders? I'm looking it up on the thing, the document. There has to be a reason that commanders are in here.
I want to put them there.
Who would have put them there? Okay, I'm gonna say while their
Yeah, I
commanders
was-
are here, I'm gonna say that they have like +2 to their I'm gonna just say they generally have. I'm gonna say that they add their charisma to their morale check.
I think that's what it said. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where you're getting the numbers for all of this.
So the numbers come from specifically how these units were made. I did a lot of that
Okay.
on the front end, but it's related to their challenge rating and the number of creatures.
Okay, so it's not just the straight 20 there and the 40 here and...
Yeah,
Okay, because that's why I was just like...
it was very convoluted, and I didn't want to bother you guys with it.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
And it was this unit to this unit, technically, what just happened?
Well, to the unit beyond it, the one with the
Oh.
little yellow doinky on
Okay.
it, which I will remove, because they're no longer guarding. But they got more than 11, so they did 5 battle rating damage, and now they need to make a morale check, which they're going to add the druid's charisma check to it, which is +2, which does not succeed. So technically, where is it?
So the cavalry were basically like, we see them fire, and we're
Dang,
just like, hey,
yeah, they
hey.
ran up the hill, and through the acid rain, a hail of arrows pelted them all. It only lost a few scout cavalry, but the rest of their members have started to run away in fear. This group has been routed, and that's how quickly this can change.
I mean, it kind of makes sense if you tried to make an attack and all of a sudden your units get counter bombarded. It kind of sucks.
And this is going to affect these guys because they're within 500 feet of them. They're going to need to make morale checks or basically lose their next turns. So I'm going to roll for them. I just want to check the knight's charisma. I know the druids is +2. Theirs is also +2. Okay, so they're going to make morale checks. I'm going to roll for the archers and then the soldiers. Cool. Well, the archers have stood their ground, but the soldiers are stunned. They were guarding. So I'm just going to say they're not guarding anymore. I'll just say that negates that. Even though that's probably not how that works. Bloop, bloop. All right. Next is the Hazel Knights, although the marker didn't go to them. The Hazel Knights are down near the Aloran commander down here.
Really?
Yep, that's Allie.
Yeah.
So the Hazel Knights, they just have normal movement speed. They do, since they all like have the same abilities and stuff, they have an action surge, but it's a special action surge that lets them teleport 30 feet in addition to getting an additional action.
Okay. And it's one per day. Yeah, it's an arcane surge.
Mm-hmm. And they can also just cast some of their spells if they want to.
They can cast cantrips and then attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't matter as much, but if they wanted to do like a battlefield affecting spell, which in their case would probably be lightning bolt, shield might also come into effect as well, I would say.
Yeah. And there's no holding actions or anything.
There's no holding actions, but you can choose to guard.
Let's move them into combat at least. So, 300 feet and look real quick. Alright, I'll back them up. A boop.
Alright.
Yeah, they can't do too much. I guess they'll be on guard.
Okay. Put the little gold star there. So they are guarding.
Yeah, gold star.
Okay. These archers are going to move into position as well. They're going to go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And let's see if they have range on anything. Okay, they do have range on the elementalists. They barely have range on the archers down there. So they're going to try and fire at these mages because they know that they're the biggest threat. So they're going to fire at the Aloran mages, and they have disadvantage because of the range and because of the rain. So I'm going to need Allie, Mao, to make a d20 roll using the Aloran mages. So they have plus 58 to their battle rating. Well, rolling with disadvantage.
Well, thanks.
So I need you to just do a plain d20 roll.
Ooh.
Well, so plus 58, that's 60, that's easy math. So they have plus 45, which is 50, so they still lose on that round. So the defender, if the defender wins on an attack, nothing happens. So they have failed.
Okay.
But nothing bad happens to you either. Right, it is the Knights of Dawn tokens turn.
All right. Let's see. Well, okay. This is the one with the priest. So what can the priest do mostly? That's the important thing. I'm gonna move for now, just so I can click on it.
So the War Priest has a few priestly spells. It's like they have Spirit Guardians probably isn't going to do much in this particular case. A lot of their stuff doesn't affect entire groups of people. I would warrant that Mass Cure Wounds, Flame Strike would both have effects on the battlefield, as well as probably Silence, if they got close to any of the mages.
Only thing I'm thinking is that keeping the morale up is the only real thing. So I guess I'm not doing anything because we haven't calculated the damage. when the damage from the acid rains start coming down, mass cure wounds, I think will be the answer, depending how severe the damage is. How about that?
Sure. Just keep in mind they only have one of those spell slots.
Yeah, but if it's to prevent them from routing, I mean, nowhere to route, but to abandon the battlefield, that would
Yeah.
be the ideal.
They will probably only rout if the acid rain gets them bloodied, because then they'll have to make a morale check to stay together.
No.
Right. It is a set of mercenaries' turns.
Um, I think the mercenaries just gotta hunker down. If anything, yeah, don't worry about it. I think the mercenaries are gonna hunker down. I kind of wanted to switch up the location. No,
The
move on.
mercenaries also are equipped with scorching ray wands, because of the red marker in their top corner there. So if you
is
want,
anything-
you can shoot out to a range of. Oh darn! What is the range on scorching ray? It's either 60 or 120. I cannot remember. Okay, it's 120, so they have a 120-foot range if they want to use it.
Okay, let's see. Let's measure.
Oh, that's not a lot.
Yeah. What is the range on that? Why can't I find the ruler? Okay. Shit, why can't I find the ruler?
It's the one that looks like a straw in a top-down.
Yeah, so pew pew, nothing.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, well they can guard at least.
Yeah, I guess they will guard because yeah, just have the priests go like we are blessed. The enemy cannot hold. So
Okay.
try to keep up.
Zumasu, are your character doing anything?
I probably would just try to keep the scry on Mao up and just respond. Did you notice that it's raining acid rain and shit? And just tell her to take cover if she can. What do I
Did you know?
have as a character that could?
It's been 1 minute. It's been raining on me for a minute. Yes, I know.
Well, just assuming I've been giving you that sort of
Uh-huh.
thing, and some of the people saying there's already a group that appears to have been routed on the other side, is what people are saying.
10-4? That's a thing you say, right?
Do I have anything that I have blankets, and that's about it. I guess I'll see if I can usher him on, and myself underneath a tree, and we'll put up a blanket.
You guys make a tree fort, and you begin to protect yourselves from the rain. I'm gonna give you advantage on your Constitution saves.
Okay, so I got to make a Constitution save now.
I'm gonna do it at the top of the round for everybody because I've been sort of
Okay.
missing it this entire time, which is coming up
fair.
in 2 turns. All right.
Double checking my stuff if there's anything else. Yeah, I don't have that kind of utility. Yeah,
All right.
so at least I'm just hiding under a tree.
Brazier is also going to stumble underneath with you. It's getting a little nippy out, I think.
Wait a second, Tazir, can't you make things that are smaller on the inside? Or bigger on the inside?
Well, it's mostly for things, not people.
I mean, wouldn't you want to get out of this rain?
I sold my last portable hole to your friend there.
That's fair. Okay.
Alright, a set of royal soldiers from the Connaughton army is going to start taking their positions, their allies down here. And they're also going to guard. Get out of here, orange thing. Okay. Top of the round. So, yikes, that's a lot of people. Alright, I'm gonna say we're gonna do it turn by turn now that it's the top of the round. So, I'm gonna have these guys make a morale check. Actually, since the morale check is just a simple d20 roll, it might actually be easier than I thought. All of the druids and knights have the same charisma check. So I'm going to say it's a DC 10 morale thing, and I'm going to roll a bunch of d20s. I'm going to start with the 5 people on the left, for the Connaughtons. Okay, that's 12, 18, 6, 9, 1. The 9 succeeds, the 6 and 1 do not. 2, 3. So these archers are going to take 2 battle damage. And so is this group of royal soldiers at the bottom. Then I'm going to do it for the right side of the battlefield, which is another 6 people. 2. Come on, you can do it. Alright, starting from here, that's a success. This is a fail. This is a success. This is a success. This is a fail. Actually, yeah, no, that's a natural 1, that's a fail. And the scout cavalry got a 2, that's also a fail. Okay, now I'm going to need you guys to make morale checks for all of your little people as well. You can do it just as I did in a batch if you wish.
Let's see. Where
Do we
would
just highlight multiple people?
Well, I just rolled multiple d20s and then just kind of went left to right in general.
Okay.
The Paladin of Hyronius has +3 to their morale bonus. And the Elementalists grant +2. So basically everybody is +2 except for the Paladin of Hyronius in the Aloran army. The Nudonian army might be slightly different. Yeah, the Knights of Dawn have +3 charisma. So they give their units +3. Check
So a lot of
War
them.
Priest
So
now
just
as
a
well.
D20 and we add them
Ooh.
+3 into
the Knights
Okay.
of the Dawn is not wavering. Good.
First group is
You can roll
Okay,
multiple
so-
ones if you want to do it like in line like I did.
Okay, you know what, I'm
Using
gonna
the
do that.
advanced die roller.
Yeah, I'll do that.
okay. We'll just do that. That's all for the knights. So
That's all for the
Two
night?
of the knights.
Natural 20.
that's all for the knights. Yeah. So would we have to beat?
The DC is 10. Most of your commanders grant +2. Except
Okay,
for the
so-
Nudonian Knights of Dawn, and except for the Paladins of Hyronius, they all give +3.
Okay. So one of my knights failed. The one that's on the ridge does not like being on the ridge, apparently.
Yeah, so click on him, and in the blue bubble, just do -2. Which is treated as a minor hit, essentially. Makes them less effective in battle, and makes it more likely that
Now I'll
they
do the
will
next two
take
fighter
massive
peeps.
damage and get routed.
Wait, why'd you
Holy
ping why'd you ping my soldiers? They got a natural 20.
Wait, which one was your soldiers?
I put them
Oh,
there.
okay. So then,
Them be mine. Those rolled natural 20.
okay. So those ones are actually fine.
Do you want me to
then.
mark which ones are yours? So since we
I
have
can do
multiple
that with
people,
like a little dot.
I'll do a green dot for Mao's units.
Makes
That
no
works.
sense. Why isn't there purple?
There is purple,
Okay, so-
but I just wanted a color that would stand out.
So oddly, the Paladins of Ironius failed no matter what I do. So those guys are done. So those guys got -2.
Okay. Yeah, and do the minuses on your own. I won't touch your
Okay,
dudes.
Chris, how do I modify anything? Is,
So if you
the
click
blue-
on the tokens, it should bring up the bubbles that it normally would with
Okay.
your own characters. Just
Okay, and a
-2
-2.
to the blue bar.
Okay, for the units, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
For the units, not the commanders. They're not going to get minuses from this.
All right. Man, it's ironically the priest-led Knights of Dawn that's losing faith.
Well, their morale's been pretty low because of the siege. Also, Mao, Amon, and Zumasu are going to need to make con saves. Amon and Zumasu have advantage on this because they've covered themselves with a blankie.
Also, +4 from
Yeah, from
We're
Zumasu.
also under a tree with a banky. How much like shelter do I need to give us before we don't have to roll? We're under a tree with a blankie.
I mean,
I
in spite
think
of the
it's so.
animation, the acid rain is kind of kicking up and getting everywhere. Boom Crash is completely sealed away, so they don't need to make this check. Also,
Ah,
Zumasu, in spite of your natural heroicness, your aura bonus does not apply to Amon or Brazier or anybody.
oh yeah, my god is stronger than your god. Haha, eat it.
Okay.
My dad can beat up your dad.
Okay. The DC is 10. You guys obviously succeeded. Mao, I just need a con save from you.
Con save.
I know this is a bit of a slog, but I think we're starting to get more familiar with what's happening now that a round has gone by. And now that everybody's aware of everybody else.
Nope.
How's everybody doing? Just in general.
I'm thinking of trying to start and figure it out.
Okay.
Although I'm a little confused with how you marked mouse units. So this one's hers with the purple.
Yes.
Is this one hers with the purple too?
Yes.
Okay, so it's those 3 units and the mages. Got it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do purple. Because it looks like the same colors as the units. But,
No, now that I know, I got it. So we're good.
okay. So, now it's these archers' turns in the top left corner. They were privy to the whole thing going on. So they're going to head in to the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're going to rush in. Did they have range on anything? They have enough range to disadvantage strike the Hazel archers, so they will make the attempt. Because why not? So, Zumasu, I'm going to need a d20 roll for these Hazel archers. The Sylvanas archers are going to strike against them.
Can you ping which ones are being attacked? I just want to make
These
sure.
guys
Okay.
are being attacked by these guys.
Okay.
I should have pinged your thing second.
And they had already used their reaction from last time, so they don't got no guard. Well, actually, I don't remember the ratings of these folks, because you know that number better. But I think mine might actually do better.
Yes, it's the add the blue bars together. So for the Sylvanas, it's 38 plus 5, that's 43. Plus 43 plus 2, so 45.
Okay.
So I
And
think
then
you
we got-
definitely
We
beat
got
that.
53.
Yeah, you definitely beat that. We can also go in generals. We don't need to get exact numbers if we know that it's immense. Anywho,
So does
nothing,
that mean nothing happens?
nothing happens because you are the defender.
Sweet.
Mao, it is you, the character's turn.
Yeah. I have to get
Well-
down this hill.
Run, boy, run.
Run, boy, run. Yeah, so I'm going to. This is a 150-foot cliff or a 100-foot cliff?
It's a 50-foot cliff over here.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and take the safest route down. Also, there's cover over here, so yeah.
Wait, why
What-
don't you jump? Why don't you jump down and find out?
No.
I mean, you have Boom Crash. You could just use Boom Crash, use Feather Fall, and get down there quickly.
We also all have Death Ward.
I just say use Feather Fall, and
Just-
that way you can
Yeah.
get down quickly.
You have a little pocket mage, so why not use her?
I could. I mean, I
That
can
way
just
it
wait
can
a
move in.
turn.
Use
Up
it,
in
and
the
then you can
air.
move farther.
So
You could even freaking jump, get some distance while you're falling, and then run and hide.
Well, there's a minute. There's a minute now instead of 6 seconds between each turn, so it's more of like keeping up with time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I don't-
since Boom Crash hasn't been doing much in there, they can definitely just give you Featherfall for this turn.
I will open up the pocket and be like, I need help.
Okay.
Boom Crash plucks
I-
one of her feathers out and instantly starts the incantation to do Featherfall. It's a very short one because it's needed
Do
in
I
a
jump
pinch.
now? Yeah.
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 It's a reaction, I think, so it's pretty quick.
I jump.
You speak the words and you sprout these kind of like billowy, shadowy crow wings as you float
Cool.
down towards the cover. There's
That's
a
why I was
huge
about to
battle
ask is
going
how
on.
long is the fall? Because now I'm just sitting here floating down. Shit.
Well, I believe you descend at 60 feet per round, so you'll be down there
Oh,
within the minute, obviously.
Okay.
So it's fine. You basically descend at a normal speed instead of half speed.
Nice.
You just you tuck and roll, and you're able to keep going.
I'm gonna have you make a stealth check as you enter the bushes, though.
That I can do.
So, you slip into hiding there pretty quickly. I was gonna give you disadvantage because you were kind of just free falling there, but
Right.
a 22 is still pretty dang high enough. The closest people to see you are the scout cavalry up here, so I'm gonna have them pose since they're looking for enemies.
They
Definitely beat their
scouts,
passive
okay.
perception,
Yes.
and you beat their active perception. They are too distracted to notice one lone person sink into the bushes. So, you still have plenty of movement to use now. You've only used about, I'll say, 100 feet of your movement to jump down there and then hide.
I run into this bush-like area.
I might have moved your character by accident, so you're in there.
Well, yeah, because I assumed I went down in between this crevasse so that it would be kind of hidden, and then ran around this little ledge to get into the bushes.
So this is above this level. I didn't know if that was coming across because you called it a crevasse.
Well, it's like a little outcropping. Is that better?
This is a cliff.
Yeah.
It's a mountain.
There's like a corner of this cliff that's like also dirt. Right? Am I looking at that right?
This is a wall.
This is an edge. This
I'm
is
not-
all a wall.
Yeah.
This one just happens to be further ahead, and there's like this little area right in here where it kind of juts out. Yeah?
No.
I think you might be misaligned somehow.
Oh.
I think that's the map.
Are you talking about
Okay.
this area?
Well, you know what's funny? If it's misaligned on my screen and it's not
Refresh.
misaligned on your screen, it ain't gonna do much. So
So, Mao, you need to refresh.
On it.
Because I remember that happened with me and C, and we're
Yeah.
like, no, we're not in a lava
If-
pit.
Yeah.
if we're
yeah,
both
you
conf-
actually are.
If we're both
We're not in a
confused,
lava pit.
then it's probably on your end. And I know what happened
Alright.
too, because I think you tried to move and then I grabbed your token, so I think it probably went screwy for you.
How dare you? Okay, so here's the question. So is this the area of the thing now?
It is now.
Wow. Okay. So,
Blessed
you know
be
what?
roll
If
20.
I'm over, cool. You
So
know, I'm
where
over
are
here.
you?
I'm here now.
Yes, that's
But
where
I
we
guess
saw
I
you.
went down over there, right? or
I
am I
saw
in the
you
bush?
here and
Okay.
jumped down into the bush.
Okay, so I'm in the bush. That's fine.
Okay.
That's dumb. That's fine.
Sorry about all that.
No, that's okay.
You still have movement if you wish to use it, or if you want to bank it up for like a super dash.
Ooh. I mean, I would love to be able to get to those bushes, but
You also have
if
a
I can-
pocket mage that might be able to cast some spells.
Oh.
I don't know if they
Pocket
have anything that will make you not visible to the enemy, though.
mage.
I have the wand of non-detection.
I mean,
Well-
don't you have invisibility? As a spell?
I don't.
Oh,
Oh.
darn.
Oh no!
Well,
Yeah, no, I don't. I might have had a scroll at one point, but unless it's
I
in
think
that
that was
super
what it was,
snazzy
too.
spell book that I've been doing homework in.
trying to read, trying to study.
Yeah.
Well,
So I guess you're on your
I-
own.
think what I'm going to do is wait for an opportune moment. I'm going to move to the edge of the brush here and get ready to run over there.
Okay. So you're gonna maybe wait until the scout cavalry are distracted a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, also, there's more room now.
I can cast alarm or shatter and distract them. Just
I
let me
also
know.
have darkness as well that I could cast.
Yeah, but
so
that
we
might be
could
a
have
little
sufficient
obvious.
cover. Well, it could be
Thankfully-
used to distract.
I probably should mention that this acid rain event is probably going to give disadvantage on perception checks to everybody.
Oh, thanksy.
Right.
It burns.
Look, if everyone's dead, there'll be no witnesses. You'll be fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you are readying your action to sprint across the battlefield. This set of oak soldiers is going to take their turn, and it looks like this set of hazel archers is on deck. So this is Zumasu. Dan?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Which one is it again? Those guys. Okay. Let me just do some measurements here. So they wouldn't be able to get. Do they have ranged attacks at all? These guys, they have the spears.
The soldiers
Other
do
folks?
not, unfortunately.
Okay. The commander has a scorching ray.
Oh wait, sorry. The red dot indicates that they do have scorching wands, so they do have 120-foot range, which is basically, I guess, basically 150 feet.
Wait. We're gonna do a programmer move here. Could they literally climb over the mountain to attack with their rays as they traverse down?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, they know from the other guys that's there, and they want to get this attack going, and they want to get out of the way of the cavalry. So, okay, so how do you now this
This is going
This
to be a
distance.
check. The
Okay.
further up the hill, it was going to be a bit easier for you guys to climb, like up where Mao and the archers were. But here, this is a very tall peak. It's like 200 feet up from the ground.
Okay.
Your soldiers are gonna mutiny, man.
So this is a check to keep morale before I do anything.
This is going to be, they need to make an athletics check. So
I didn't mean to take your guy.
the soldiers do have stats, so you can use them to make a skill check.
All right, we're gonna do this. Commander, get in position to let the cavalry through. But is that wise, sir? We're gonna do it anyway.
Listen,
So
if Hannibal
I
could
can
do
just-
it, you can take a bunch
So I
of
just-
these elephants up the
If I
hill.
just highlight them and press skill, that's all I need to roll.
Yeah, just click on the oak soldiers and do skill and athletics.
Okay, let's go. No whammy. These guys are professionals.
They are well-trained oak soldiers. The Leaf Crown has overseen their training well. The soldiers begin to climb the walls, just like their training in the military, doing those wall climbs. Get up there, soldier! And they make it up the entire cliff face. They didn't have too much. Okay, so 200, moving at half speed. Actually, technically, this is 50 to 100 to 200, so that's 150. So that's 300. They would have to use all of their movement for one turn to get up there. So they did have to do a bit of movement before that. So I'm gonna say that they had to dash to get up there.
It's a dash to get up there, so they can attack.
They can't attack, but they're up there.
Ugh. I was thinking they could get up there to attack, because that was the whole idea of using the Scorching Ray.
I mean, they have a good position now.
I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's it. Can they? If that's the case, can they at least be on the edge of it?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Knock yourself out, kid.
that's all.
The Hazel
They're
Archers.
intimidating the other one.
The archers that are still in the ravine, it is their turn.
Are soldiers allowed to hold actions to some degree? Because basically they're gonna just follow along the cavalry. We got enough people on the ridge now. They're just gonna be the backup support.
You can move through your other units with no penalty, as long as you don't end your turn there. I'm saying that so that we can pretend that they're kind of moving at the same time.
Okay. The only reason that this is somewhat important in their case is because they are ranged units, and the idea would be they don't want to move until the cavalry moves, so that when these guys go across, they aren't going to be needed the first thing they see, because they know that You get what I'm saying? They would initiative-wise want to be behind the cavalry before they move in. Because if they move out first, they would know that the cavalry would.
I'll
be
allow you
behind
to
them,
hold
but-
their action. I'll put a guard
Okay.
indicator on them.
Okay, because otherwise they would just literally move. The cavalry is going to be like all the way over here, but they're just going to be around here. But they don't want to be over here if these guys cross the thing and are immediately sighted. But that's what they're going to do. So
Sure.
can I just put them over here and hold them for now? And we're just assuming that they haven't actually moved yet.
You know what?
Just
I'm
to-
gonna rescind that and just say you just kind of have to move there.
Okay, all right, they're there.
I don't want to make things too complicated for myself.
I get it. Okay.
Right. It is these soldiers' turns. 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys are actually going to enter this bush. They have their own units. The Connaughton soldiers, they have their own abilities. The Connaughton soldiers are trained in guerrilla warfare, mainly because they are soldiers from a forest. So they're going to hide as a bonus action. And just kind of hide in this cover here. It's going to be... Dang it. The orange thing keeps going to the front. There we go. Okay, they're pretty well hidden. This scout cavalry is then going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. They have 500 foot movement speed, so 2, 3, 4. They're gonna head to there. Okay. They are fighting a sort of uphill battle, but they're still going to fire upon the oak soldiers that have pinned themselves on the top there, which they have longbows. This is 150 feet is the range for a longbow, but they still have disadvantage because of the acid rain. Pretty much all these attacks have disadvantage.
Oof.
Okay. Well, they
That
got a
was
1.
13, right?
They got a 1 on their attack. They have...
Wait, that 13 wasn't them?
The 13 was them. They have disadvantage. Because they're shooting from
right.
range in acid rain. So
Do
they
we have
o-
disadvantage on defending or not?
No, you don't. So they got a 36 total. You got more than that, so nothing happens.
We got a 42.
Right. Another Royal Scout Cavalry is going, this time on the eastern end of the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 2, 3, 4. They begin rushing down the hill here, led by their druid commander. They're going to fire up upon the mages. All of these have disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
So 3, I'm going to need a d20 from Mao.
Mm-hmm.
You have plus 58 to this. So
For the mages specifically, right?
for the mages, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You I believe have beaten them.
yeah.
All right.
58 to 66.
So it is these mercenaries' turns. Are they just going to guard as well? It looks like the Connaughton soldiers are weakening their northern position, at least on the eastern front where your entrance is to your fortress.
Well, well, we don't want to abandon the fort, do we?
No.
So I mean, yeah, the best thing we can do is just to see how this all plays out.
So you guys are kind of just guarding still.
Yeah. Once the Kanans have engaged fully, then
You
I'm
can choose
gonna
when to deploy.
yeah, exactly.
Right. The Hazel Archers on the cliff top is their turn, which is these guys. That is under Zumasu's control.
Yep. Their range is 150 feet, right?
Yeah,
Or it's 600 with or it's 600 with disadvantage, or 300 with regular.
it's 150 and then 600, but it's disadvantaged no matter what you do.
Okay, so yeah, it just makes sense to move and shoot things. Just gonna do some measuring. I mean, they can already shoot me. Get to this one. All right, yeah, they're just gonna scooch up and shoot things.
Okay. They scooch along the cliff.
Because the cliff is a nice thing. So yeah, they're gonna go after archers because those guys suck. They'll shoot the further back archers because nobody else can reach those. So they're
These
gonna
guys?
be. Nah, those ones people can maybe eventually reach. They're gonna shoot the one over here
Okay.
because the other people can't reach those.
Right. Disadvantage, and I will oppose.
Pachu, that's not bad. Pachu, and that is bad. Okay, I think I didn't. Nothing happens. Or
Well-
were they guarding?
They got the same rolls, so we need to now establish the totals. You have 48. They have less than that. So you actually did succeed. It's not by 10, I don't think. No, it's definitely not by 10. So they take -2 and they don't need to make any morale checks. It's
So
kind of
just
like
a
they
few
failed
people got
against
hit
the
by some
acid.
arrows.
Yeah, a few people got hit by some arrows, but in the acid rain, the arrows are flying every which way. Some of them have not hit their mark, and some of them have been blown off in the long range. Alright, but you did some damage. It is the Treant's turns. They are mostly just keeping their place. They are going to move sort of towards the front to try and defend the general of the Kanaatan army, because they're not sure what's about to happen. Cavaliers, are they just guarding?
What's the maximum movement speed of cavaliers?
They have 600-foot range. They are like on war horses.
You
Oh.
could actually pick off some peeps if you wanted, but
Oh,
you'd have to
no.
leave your building.
No, not make the move now. It's too early.
Yeah, but you know where the move is.
Okay, so, yes, guarding.
Okay.
The
No.
rule is with us.
Another group of Sylvanas archers are going to fire up upon the oaks perched up on the there. So it's going to be another disadvantaged contest.
Do I get any advantage on attacking to negate it because I'm up high?
You do. You do. You don't. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me look at my rules.
Well, the other one would have had the disadvantage staying disadvantaged because of the distance. I'm only asking because these guys are now going to be within Scorching Ray once they do go. Oh god, you actually beat these guys. They're going to get hurt.
Well, I got a 1.
Oh, because of the disadvantage. Okay, I still won.
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't know why I rolled
you also
twice.
don't have disadvantage as a defender here.
Okay, so nothing happens again.
Nothing happens again. Hazel Archer's turn. The other set that's on the cliff face.
They're gonna see what's going on with these mages and be like, "Oh, we'll support you guys." And can they actually move within range to not have a disadvantage anymore? Yeah, they can. So they're gonna do that.
Well, it's still disadvantaged because of the acid rain.
But if they get an advantage, doesn't that make it just a normal roll?
Yes, it does because of the height. You're right.
So that's why I'm saying. Okay, so let's see if this works. Natural 20.
All right. Well, they'll try and defend. Okay. So that's you have 48. Yeah, that's definitely more than enough. So, and I believe that's more than 10. So that's going to be a -5, and then they need to make a morale check.
So the mages just start drawing attention, and all of a sudden archers come right behind them, like, "Oh, you found some guys. Let's help."
All right, they were not instantly routed, but they did take a massive blow. As the archers skirt along the cliff face, they are firing down upon the wolf-striding scout cavalry, and they take down many of the units as they ride by. All right. These royal soldiers don't have a ranged attack, as it were, but they are going to try and hide down here as a bonus action.
Where'd they go?
There's. Okay, they're not very well hidden. I mean, they were right there, but they have at least gotten some cover down here to negate the height disadvantage. Okay, more oak soldiers in the crevasse, which is under Zumasu's command. And the guys right next to them are going right after you as well.
Okay. Measurement time. I'm just gonna go over here and guard for now. And you said the other people behind them are next, so I'll just move them as well. They're gonna just fall. They're gonna get ready for their cavalry to go in.
Right. The Oaken soldiers have broken through out into the open battlefield, and the archers are starting to realize that they have been, well, surrounded. In a way. So, do they have enough action to guard if they want?
Yeah, I didn't move them the full 600, so they're guarding. Which I do have a question about that. If they they can't guard against a ranged. Well, they have the Scorching Ray, so could they respond with a Scorching Ray if somebody gets within range of it?
If the person is attacking within range, yes.
Okay. Basically, they can get shot at by arrows and they can't do shit. But if they get melee, they can respond. Okay, that's fine.
Right. So they are also guarding. Oh darn! The little yellow thing went onto the orange thing instead of the people. Either way, Amon, it is your turn once again.
I guess I'm just staying put.
All right, you hunker down.
I mean, no reason to get out.
That's fine. You don't have to affect the battlefield in any way. You kind of have already. You've done more than enough, you bastard. So, the cavalry, they go right after each other, so you can kind of use them as a group if you wish.
Neat. Okay, they can move a shit ton, so I need to make sure I got this right. Do some maths.
They move 600 feet.
Okay, one of them can engage the archers, and that's it. They'll engage the archers, the other one will just... The other one, you know what, will actually maybe get in a good position to... If they get into the bushes, will they get cover?
They will have cover from ranged attacks, but that's not saying much. There's already disadvantage on most ranged attacks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... In melee, they won't get any cover, right?
In melee, they won't really get any cover, no. Cover only really applies to range. Although, I will say that pack tactics will also come into play if they can kind of double-check one of the enemy units. But, again, disengaging is difficult, so if you want to engage, you're going to have to commit.
Okay, so they'll probably form like this then.
Okay. The cavalry rush down the hill and bend quickly around the side past the Oaken Knights and quickly engage the Sylvanas archers that are trying to desperately
So
fire upon the
technically
Oak soldiers
speaking-
above.
Yeah, this one is enabling this one to have pack tactics since this one couldn't actually engage at the same time.
Yes.
So this guy then has advantage?
Well,
that works?
this
Or
guy
maybe pack tactics
goes
too?
first, but next turn they will
Oh, okay.
definitely
Yeah,
have
that
that
would make-
advantage. And it gives
Okay,
this
so that's
guy
still worthwhile.
disadvantage on attacks against them.
Okay. So then this guy's just going to make his normal melee attack, which doesn't have this. Does it still have disadvantage because of the rain?
No, it's not ranged.
Okay.
Well, melee attacks do not get this disadvantage.
God damn it. Oh well. That was a nice try, guys.
Hmm. The archers are still strong.
But wait,
They got a 47.
is that only a 23 plus 2 or plus 4?
Can't really see amidst all of the thingy.
Yeah, their blue is only 23.
Ooh, 23 plus 25, 28. So yeah, nothing happens because the defender
Well.
got more.
Alright.
The cavalry move into position to flank. We leave... Yeah, we left a paladin behind. Yeah. Right. The Royal Knights are taking their turn. And I should get some guard tokens on these guys, because that is what they are doing. Trance as well, because they intended to guard these royal knights. Okay, they're just going to continue to guard as they keep an eye on the situation at hand. Pikemen, are they guarding as well? See.
Yes, for now, sure.
Right? Uncrash, you've kind of been helping Mao with your actions. Do you have anything else that you want to do? Any spells that you want to cast?
Not particularly. There's not much necessarily that I can do. I don't
Okay.
think.
That's fine.
So unless
Do you
she
have, like,
calls on me, like pretty much all my stuff is fairly proactive rather than preparatory.
You can always drop in just a squiggly noodle arm pile of shadows and stuff, and
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like you want
Oh.
me to bring the abyss, then motherfucker I will. But
can we? Where are they? Bring the abyss like over here ish or
Hunger of
on the.
Hadar? Is that what we're talking
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
sure.
my brain has been trying to use words all day, so it's been turned to squiggly noodly arm shadow thing.
Noodly arm shadows. It's all good. What's the range?
Holy!
It's
Oh wait, it's not
150
that
feet,
big.
It's not that big.
so
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
150 feet.
Or
So
I don't know. I'm trying to
Oh.
think like where would be best be placed to like distract?
2, 6, 7.
Middle of the battlefield will be very distracting since everyone's looking there anyway.
So it looks like it's
True.
40-foot diameter, so it would probably take up that much space.
Aw, tiny. Wee baby. I mean,
That is-
it's so cute.
wherever you choose. At that point, it's so small, it's like an angry little kid.
God, it's how big are these squares again?
50
Like-
foot.
40 feet, 50 foot.
Yeah.
I can cast it 3 squares away from us.
The
So-
battlefield.
Oh shit. I might as well just start Eldritch Blasting because at least that has a bit more range.
So you as characters can
But-
technically attack the units. You can also attack their commanders, because if you deal enough damage to these guys, you will kill one of their units, which will reduce their battle rating. I have in my
Okay.
notes, like attached to each of these dudes, how much each dude is worth.
I guess I can barely make the Hunger of Hadar into that sort of range. So let's start wreaking havoc on their butt.
Okay.
Maybe make them run away.
As the royal soldiers take a position on the hill, a dark mass begins to roil into existence amidst the soldiers, causing a sudden panic. I'm going to have them make a morale check as this effect happens. Kind of like the acid
Ooh,
rain.
nice.
With their
You're
commander,
scaring them.
they are able to maintain their composure here. So, although it's probably going to give them disadvantage on any attacks that they do, because there's a big fat thing of darkness in their unit, they did not take any battle rating damage from this.
Okay.
So it didn't affect them overall, but it's still applying disadvantage,
Okay.
right?
Woohoo!
Chaos in the ranks. It's their turn.
Nice.
They don't really have the capacity or knowledge to know where that came from, so they are probably going to try and move out of it, which may lead them back into danger. May lead them into danger. Darn, they can't really enforce the people down there, can they? So they are going to retreat back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do 6. They're going to retreat back to their commander and give them some support on that end as well. Since their northern flank, although they don't know if there's anybody up there, they don't want to leave it completely unsecured. All right, it is these guys. These guys are technically in the ravine now.
Well, I guess they're gonna move forward. Because they're still in the back end, there's not much else they can do besides move forward. Well, there we go. What? Yeah, that's them. And then mages next. This is the fun one.
Yes, the mages do have spells they can utilize against the scout cavalry, which have kind of left themselves out in the open and taken
For
a
an
brutal
ice
blow from the...
storm?
Oh, an ice storm. That could certainly help. Do you want to do that?
Ice. I do want to do that.
Okay. The elementalist orders the mages, standing there all basically flying, to enter an ice storm formation, and they all do so, and ice begins raining down upon the scout cavalry in and around them, encompassing them so that nobody really has space to dodge this thing. They're going to make a saving throw. I believe it's a dex save. They don't have advantage on dex saves like the rest of the Alorans do. So they're going to do this. Okay.
20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. I mean, with like a bunch of different mages all doing that, that's horrifying.
It is. So the way I'm going to rule it, because there's kind of like these small attacks versus large attacks, I'm going to say that they're going to take half damage from this, which is going to essentially cause a small effect, because they did succeed at their save. So they're going to take -2. I mean, is that fair, though? Usually Scout Cavalry has 39 hit points. How much does an Ice Storm do?
Target creature, a creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much on a success. And the hailstorm turns the area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn.
Okay, so they would be taking about 27 damage, which isn't enough to kill them. So I'm going to say that my ruling stands. They're going to take a minor amount of damage because they were able to succeed at their overall save. Doom. All right.
The area is difficult terrain now.
If the area is difficult terrain, I'm going to say that that's going to be... Oh, I actually might have imagery for
20-foot
this.
radius. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So that area is going to be difficult terrain. Righty. Okay, that's the mage's turn. Are they moving at all? They are also flying, so they can move pretty much anywhere. Any ideas, Mao?
Not really. I mean, I could just fly and just move, but
Yeah, I was asking if you wanted to move.
they can move 600 feet, so.
Right, they fly over the
Maybe
battlefield.
center. Yeah. You go hang out over here with the other ones. Hi, friends. We're here to help. Sort of.
Is that what you say?
There's like a bunch of people in a group. They're not gonna fly over and try to like actually yell down to them. They're probably going to turn their backs and face the Connaughton like warriors to show that they're on their side.
Okay. So, I'm gonna have the Aloran mages make a persuasion check.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm going
So
to...
you just imagine a bunch of mages flying and like forming a formation that's
Yeah.
like making a wall in front of them.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of Iron Man suits just kind of floated between you and the dude attacking you.
Hell yeah.
Never
So-
trust a wizard.
Just a D20 for.
Your mistake was
Well,
assuming C's character would play rationally.
Select the Aloran mages and go to the skill macro and do persuasion.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Remember, like this is the faction that doesn't like casters.
This is the faction that explicitly hates spellcasters, yes. So I'm going to say that was not enough to persuade the Nudonians into non-aggressive action. In fact, they see this as an opportunity to smite some arcana from the world. Anyway,
All right,
it's the Cavaliers'
I'm fine
turns.
with this.
All right. Now that the battle is exposed and they're regrouping, I can't let this opportunity pass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge them against the archers.
Okay. The Cavaliers of the Nudonian fortress. The fortress opens its gates, and Cavaliers led by a Knight of Dawn stream forth, their armor gleaming in the sunlight. Well, not really any sunlight. It's just kind of gleaming from this passive radiance that they have gained from their divinity and the light. As the Cavaliers collide with the Sylvanas archers, they have the ability to make an attack if they wish.
All right.
So it's a d20 roll.
Okay, it's just a d20. Okay. All right, that's pretty decent.
It's pretty decent. The Cavaliers just straight up have a 45 plus 5, 50. The archers and the druid have a 45 to begin with, so you more than have enough to deal a massive blow. So they're going to need to make a morale check. They have plus 2 to this. They failed. You've routed the archers. That was a decisive blow. Their unit dissipates. All right. Good move for the Cavaliers, and then a good strike for the Nudonians. The Hazel Knights have their turn now. Mao, what will you have the Hazel Knights do? These eldritch knights.
Knights, don't you dare. Well, let's move them.
I mean, the original pronunciation was connect.
Shut up, nerd!
It's even worse.
Yep.
I hate.
Yes.
I have a soundboard. A lot has
You
happened
said
since
you can
we've
dash,
moved.
right?
Yeah, you can dash.
All right, I'm gonna dash because I feel like everything's so far away. Okay. End turn.
Right, the Hazel Knights dash into position, rushing after the cavalry that has gone so far ahead. It is the Knights of Dawn
Fast.
turn. The Knights of Dawn are not mounted, I should mention. They are just hefty knights. So what will you do? Let's see. Come on.
Oh, yeah. So they're not mounted. So you know what? They should just. They got how much squares can they move? I don't want to overlap if I don't have to.
I believe they have
just
30
for the
foot.
sake of clarity.
They have
Okay, so
300
not
foot
much.
movement speed, same as pretty much everybody but the mounted units.
Okay, so they can move 6 squares basically.
Yep.
Or. Oh, okay, that's messed up.
It's fine, it's because of the stupid orange thing.
I don't know what ability I can do, but I do want to say no to magic, because religion and everything. So, what ability do they have for F the magic?
So, I'll take a look at them. I admittedly didn't really look too much into them. So they have magic resistance. So they're good against defending against magic. They can also dispel any darkness if they have it. They also, I'm going to say, since these are all Knights of Dawn, they can use their Mage Slayer reaction. So if somebody casts a spell within 5 feet of them, they can make an attack against them.
All right. So Knights of Dawn are always just going to be keeping an eye on the Allura mages. Yeah. They're gonna try to keep track of it as best they can.
Okay. For now, they can guard if they wish.
Yeah.
Right. It's 150 mercenaries turns. They have Scorching Ray wands equipped, and there's a bunch of mages nearby.
But you don't want to leave the cavalry alone. So, and the mercs, I think the mercs are just gonna come out here and attack the royal soldiers.
Okay. They can, in fact, engage with the royal soldiers. The rest retreated to their allies in the east, but these ones were left behind, and a bunch of paid mercenaries from the Nidonians come out. These guys aren't too concerned with religion or not, but they're able to engage. In fact, they don't even have to go that close. They can actually use their Scorching Wands to engage them if they want to.
Well, the parting attack, like they want to keep them isolated, so that's why.
So they wanna check them, like Blood Bowl.
Yeah, they want to lock them in. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So technically, these soldiers were guarding because I did put the little icon on them. So they're actually gonna get an attack against the mercenaries first.
All right, that's fine.
So I'm gonna have you re-roll just for parity's sake.
Oh no, no!
Okay, so they got
You won't
32
ruin
plus
it.
13. That's 45. And they have 39, so the soldiers actually succeeded. It's not by a lot, so they only take 2 damage. I did it for you. And now they
Okay,
can
thank
make
you.
their attack.
All right. Okay, we're back. We're back, baby.
Alright, I believe that they still succeeded at this. The royal soldiers are holding steady against this group of mercenaries. Yeah, it's 150 knights against 150 mercenaries, so this isn't too surprising of an outcome to me, actually. So, nothing happens from this attack. Zumasu, how you doing, bud?
I guess I just relay anything that I heard. Could I okay, I'm just a civilian, and I really don't know what's going on the other side of the battlefield.
You
Technically,
do
right?
have your mount with you if you wish.
Okay. I'm going to just have mount. I'm just going to tell the mount to fly pretty far away, like over in this area, and keep an eye out to see it. And I'll let Mao know that if she needs the mount to fly out, the mount's going to be flying away, and just tell me know the signal.
Where did you ping? Because I was zoomed in.
Like over here, away from the armies for now, but
Okay.
within like sort of flying range to kind of dash in if it needs to.
Will do. Let's see, mounts and pets, dusk flicker.
Should I make like a persuasion check to LSR to explain that the mount's there in case Mao needs an escape?
I mean,
I'm
you
only
can
saying
if you
because we
want.
are technically, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that so they don't immediately think we're doing something shady.
Okay, you go over and inform LSR, the Ildoran general, that you're sending your mount as a point break thing for Mao in case they need to get out of there.
She's making some ground and keeping an eye on her.
Of course, understood.
We're trying our method.
I just
Crazy
want
rain,
my
huh? And I run back
crazy
to the
weather.
trees.
Huh? It's Sargon. Wait a few minutes. I'm sure it'll change. All right. It is these guys' turns. They're no longer guarding. They're actually on the offensive. They're going to attack the mercenary corps. So I'm going to need them to defend. Ooh, they didn't get very hot. So C. D20.
D20. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, that's close. I'm gonna have to do math. So they have total 30. And, well, total 33. You have total 36. So you succeed, so there is nothing that happens. You just barely succeeded.
Oh. Yay. I love barely succeeding.
The
It's how I get
Sylvanas
firefights.
archers. Oh my god, Chris, what the hell? They're going to. So they know that their allies are getting ambushed
Isn't this
over
the-
here.
Sorry to interrupt, but isn't this the top of the turn? So
It's the
shouldn't
top of the
people
turn.
be-
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little lair action out here. Where are those?
Okay, I'm gonna do this from top down to keep mine simple. I just need to see how many I need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Where are Ali's units? What happened to Ali's sword guy?
Allie's sword
The
guy?
sword guy should be.
Oh, he's over here.
Yeah, he's over there.
Wait, you had a sword guy, you had a mage guy, and didn't you have an archers too?
I have the Hazel Knights. I have the Oaken. These ones, sorry, Oaken soldiers.
Oh, that guy over there.
And I have the
Okay.
mages.
Chris, it's all -2, right?
It's -2 if
Failure?
they fail.
Okay.
I'm gonna start rolling for
Okay,
mine
we
now that
focus 8
I've
times.
gotten a thing in there. Well, thank you, Sumasu, for shoving mine up the screen, you bastard.
I'm sorry. It was a DC 10, right?
It's a DC 10. You guys gain,
Yeah, it's a 50
gain +2.
Okay. I have a few failures, so I need to figure out who that corresponds to.
I usually just do like starting from the top and then go like counterclockwise or something.
Yeah, that's how I was doing. Okay, so these seen combat yet are already being pussies.
I have a lot of failures on this end. The western flank of the Connaughton army is taking heavy casualties from the rain. And we have 5 units over on the right-hand side. Scroll down. Oh, they're mostly successes, except for, weirdly, the tree ants.
Guys
And
on the
the
ledge
knights.
got hurt.
Alright. I think I'm all set. Is everybody else all set? Oh, personal characters. Everybody
Oh,
else make Constitution saving throws.
Except
Except for
for
Boom
Boom
Crash,
Crash.
of course.
Literally all my guys, except for literally no, I think everybody's been damaged at least once. The ones who succeeded failed last time. Oh, I'm doing fine. This rain ain't shit.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are
ain't
fine.
shit, gods.
How's Mao doing? Oh, we're actually going to need one from Dusk Flicker as well. They're pretty exposed.
Frig. I don't have the. Should I put it? Oh, there's the teeny tiny token.
Yep.
He's no longer a large creature at all. He's
Okay.
fine, right?
Yep, they're fine.
Yeah.
Mao, what is
He
your
when he
Constitution
left,
save?
and when I told him to go fly out, he was just mad sad because it's just like, you want me to flying that? Well, I guess. I mean, sure, fine, whatever.
Mao,
Mm.
what is your Constitution save?
Roll your saving throw.
Not good.
Okay, you take a d6 of damage.
Got it. What if Allie dies in the middle of the field because of the rain?
Death ward.
Death ward, yeah.
And
And
then
they
I'm
have
trapped in a ring.
Then they have a turn to survive before they take another d6 of damage.
And then I get trapped
Yeah.
in a ring.
And then you get trapped in a ring, yes. Alright,
And then what happens to Boom Crash? Because
well, they
stuck
suffocate,
in
you
the hole.
see. Unless you force your
No.
way out.
No, you can force your way out. It's a 12. 12 isn't that hard to get for a strength save.
oh, honey, watch me fail. It's gonna be great.
Shh, we don't speak about these things until they happen.
These
Hold
guys
on,
are going
trying to
to engage with the Acanthus cavalry and provide a bit of support. Even though they're archers, they still can attack from not range. So, they now have pack tactics against this guy. So they're going to make an attack with advantage.
My poor cavalries.
Should have just done 2 at once, I'm dumb.
So the
Okay.
front cavalry is being owned right now.
Yes. So what are they going to roll? 8.
They rolled
Right.
bad.
I think
They
that
get obliterated.
that's definitely an overwhelming success. Unfortunately, the Alorans don't have the best cavalry compared to, well, the Nudonians have the best cavalry here. So, that's going to be 5 damage to the Canthus cavalry. I did it for you. So now I'm going to need a morale check from them. They have +3 to the morale check because of the paladins.
15.
Okay, that's enough. They are fine. So they're not routed. That's good. Mal, it is your character's turn. What would you like to do, Mal?
I'm trying to think, because it's not much distance, but I guess we're just going to keep running across. Just kind of make a dash. Well, yeah, because I can dash 600 feet. Yeah, I'm just going to dash. The fuck? But I won't be able to do it stealthily, and they'll probably see me. Let's dominate it.
They are a bit distracted. I can say that you can attempt the stealth check, especially in this rain.
Okay, so I would like to try and get to the other bush.
Okay.
From one bush to another.
Your sprinting ability is insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we are
it's a
moving within,
minute
like,
of time,
but
so they're
yeah.
fine. So
if I dash, that's what I'm more worried about would be too quick, so I wouldn't get the stealth.
It's basically somebody running across the battlefield.
You can't see me!
I'm invisible!
It's like the spider that's trying to hide itself in the sand.
okay, yeah, nobody's seen you. Especially since
See,
they have
even
disadvantage.
Nice. Well, also, if I had a disadvantage by sprinting, that was real close.
It was really close. If that was the case. But I never said it was.
If I sprinted, yeah.
So, it is the Oak Soldiers on the Cliff's turn. They have Scorching Ray wands. They do have disadvantage against these Oh wait, no, they failed to get adequate cover. So technically you have advantage on those, which negates the disadvantage from
So they
the
just
rain.
have a normal roll for once.
Yep.
So they're gonna Scorching Ray the shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Against-
boy.
Against these guys. They do make an opposed roll.
Shit. Okay, maybe that works out. But I think they're fat.
They got
Okay.
32 plus 4, so 36. Oh, wait. 26, 28 plus 4, 32. They got 32.
Okay, and I just add the 28 plus 2, so that's... I got
You got-
38.
You got 38. You succeeded. Not by 10, but it's enough
So
to
it's
do
enough
some
to just
damage.
point... I point to them.
You boinked them a bit. You've taken out a few members as you start to shoot scorching rays equipped to your Oak Soldiers down the cliff face.
How
Right.
many shots of Scorching Ray they got?
Hold on. Let me clicky poo.
Is that just a one-shot thing, or...?
It's 3 a day, technically.
Okay, so they'll probably stay up here then for now. If they weren't, they might, fall back or something.
Right. It is this group of hazel archers in the crevasse.
They'll finally do some combat. They're the... Oh, no, they did get hurt. These... Okay, they don't have any advantages here. So they're just going to be within range to shoot at these guys. They want to try and break up the group. And it's his disadvantage.
Yep.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay.
These royal soldiers do have cover. They're going to emerge from cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
that's difficult. They've gotten themselves a bit flanked here, but they do want to rush in and engage. So they're going to attack the hazel archers. Do they want to do that? Yeah, they should probably do that. It's technically more advantageous to attack the cavalry, because they're super surrounded. but I think they're technically more engaging them. So, opposed rolls from the archers. They got a 15 plus 32. That is
Hold on, let's
47.
get the refresh.
Oh, sure.
I'll think the archers win. It's rolling, but I don't know if it actually went through. I'm stuck on the randomizing dice rolls. If you want to just roll a d20, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I can do it for you. They need to get really low to not succeed. Yeah, I think they still succeeded, so they're fine. The scout
They
cavalry.
defended the onslaught.
They're going to try and get a bit out of range of the scorching ray and engage the cavalry once more. So they're going to fire with... Well, actually, they negate their disadvantage, so they're doing a normal roll. The Acanthus cavalry are going to defend. Are you back in?
Yeah, I'm back in.
Okay, make a d20 roll against them if you haven't already.
13.
Okay. So 31, 36. They got a 36. What did the cavalry get down here?
33. 33.
Okay. So that's a minor success. They're going to take 2 damage. I'll do that for them.
Or actually, that's a 35. But yeah, still. Okay. Because
Okay.
I forgot about the little guy.
It was a bit tight,
Crap.
but the cavalry have moved in and fired a few arrows and a ride by.
So pack tactics work when somebody else is in melee for you?
Yeah, if your target has an ally within 5 feet of them and is conscious and all that.
Okay. Okay, cool. Alright.
So this area has difficult terrain. They can't really deal with these archers here. They're going to try and get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can move through people. 7, 8, 9. I think that's... Having a massive brain fart at 11:30. I think that's fine. Yeah, okay.
Half movement?
Well, it's half movement through here. So I'm going to do it again. So 50, 100, which is 200, 250.
So they have 100 left, right?
No, because they are on wolves. That's why I'm having a brain fart here.
Oh, okay.
250,
I'm gonna be right
300,
back in just a second.
350,
By
400,
a little bit at 100
450, 500. Okay, so they did a hefty retreat here. But they get in range, and they're going to attack the mercenaries since they have advantage on that. Well, negate their disadvantage. So I'm going to have the C roll a d20 for the mercenaries. Alright. Oh. Close. So 26.
Oh, thank you.
27.
Yeah.
I got a 27. What did they get? Oh, that's actually still lower than their base score. So nothing happens. Alright, this group of mercenaries' turn.
I think they're gonna go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. You know what? They can't go any further, so they will zap the mages.
Alright. Grizzled Raff, Alalor, orders them to fire upon the Aloran mages. And they send Scorching Rays up. I'm going to need an opposed check from Mao.
Hmm.
So we got 6 from the mercenaries. And Mao, what did the mages roll? 12 plus 58, so
58.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's not going to affect the mages at all. They start putting up arcane shields and wards as they realize they are getting attacked from the Nidonians, despite their benevolent seeming effort of their drone strike.
What?
All right. It's the
Okay,
Hazel
back.
Archers on the Cliff's turn.
Cool. Hey, where'd all the targets go? And what's that giant blue thing?
That
The giant blue thing that was just ice on the ground?
that is an ice storm's remnants.
All right. Would the archers be able to get down and do an action? Is that allowed?
I mean, yeah, if they have enough movement.
Okay. And they don't want to get down yet. If everything's disadvantaged anyway, they're not going to do that. So they're just going to here. They can still reach stuff. Do they kind of know where because this one's the target that Mao's after?
Hold on, I didn't see where you were pinging.
Oh, the druid area. I'm trying to remember who the target was.
It's actually this guy
Okay.
on
but
the
they were
axe
just
units.
Okay. They're gonna try and poke at the axe unit because why not? They have the range for it and they already rolled a disadvantage.
Wow, they have range for that?
Didn't you say it was 600? Or no, you said it was 300.
Yeah, it's 600.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not those guys. It's not those guys' turns. It's these guys'
Oh.
turns.
Oh, that would. Okay, that's fair.
So it's whoever the orange thing is shrouding.
Then these guys will probably move into attack something else. And they have 150 without disadvantage, right?
Without disadvantage, yeah.
Are they allowed to share the square over here or no?
They can't share a square.
Okay, so if they move... Yeah, okay. They'll just shoot from over here still. They don't want to get off their little high horse yet.
Okay.
So they'll roll it twice. We'll attack that one.
All right.
That's not bad.
Let's roll opposed. Is that within range for their non-disadvantage?
No, that's why I rolled twice. That's why it was 11. So
Well, it's within
38.
150 feet, technically.
Oh, okay. That works. So then that'd be 16.
All right, so let's total these up. They got 26
That's-
plus 8. 30, they got
so that's
34.
56.
Okay,
So that's 38.
so that is a overwhelming success. They get -5, and then they need a morale check. All right, that is a failure. This group has been routed. The Oak Soldiers firing down upon them, as well as the additional Hazel Archers. A hail of arrows launches in between even the undergrowth that they're trying to hide within, and they rout in a panic. Good,
They're in range with a lot of guys.
yeah, you've taken down some of their units. They're starting to get overwhelmed here a bit. All right.
Oh,
It
but
is-
don't the guys next to them have to do routing checks?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
They're within 500
Actually,
feet.
we forgot
Like
to do that.
everybody.
Yeah,
Like
like
from their
everybody
perspective,
needs
it's
to.
like, our flank, our flank.
So they're gonna need to do. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, so 2 of them failed. I was doing left to right. So these guys are gonna do a X. They're not dead. They're just stunned.
They're debating if it's worth staying in the fight or surrendering.
Yeah.
Because
So
they're
they
not
lose their
hit.
next actions is what happens because they've just witnessed an entire flank start retreating. All right. Thank you for catching that. I almost lost that. All right. The Siege Treants, who don't have the best position against this siege, they're going to start engaging the Nudonians. Oh, what is... I should check their movement speed. Okay, they have 30 feet like everybody else, so they're fine. They're going to stomp their way over here, astride with a druid amongst their branches, and they're going to engage the Cavaliers. And let's do it. C, opposed roll. Right. So, yeah, that is greater than theirs. So even with these giant tree ants, there's only 3 of them in this group, but they are slamming down on the knights as they start to run around it, confusing the thing and smiting it with their attacks. Actually, they're not
Chris, you
smiting.
play vampires.
Sorry?
You know that battering rams are weak. You play Age Vampires. You know that battering rams are not strong against cavalry. Come on.
Oh yeah, the cavalry just run after it and then destroy it completely. Alright, it's another group of cavaliers' turns for you, C.
So, all right, cycle charge. In that case, I think I'm gonna go to show 2 others. Smack them in the middle. And I think I want to really break this group of royal soldiers. So attack them.
Okay. I think technically it sort of negates it because there's 2 of you engaging 2 of you, so it's just gonna be a flat roll.
Yeah, it's fine. I just need a level of gridlock.
Oof. So that's 20. That's 30 plus 29, 49 or 39. No, I was right the first time. That is 49. And you guys have 43 plus 3, 6 plus 4. Oh, wow. It's 49 versus 50. You actually did beat them.
Yeah, power of Cav.
Alright, it's a minor
Gotta
blow
win.
to them, but still a hit.
Yay.
Alright, these guys are stunned, so I'll get rid of their X, because they've just wasted their turn. And now it's these Hazel Archers, the ones that you were trying to move before, Zumasu.
Okay, those guys.
What's that?
Dan, can't hear you.
Yeah.
You're puffing and huffing.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. They're gonna move up
Just
a little
tag.
bit.
Whatever it was.
Saying stuff we don't know.
Let me see if I can still hit the Trayons. Let me just zoom out a little bit. I get disadvantage either way, so it's like, why not go for the prime target?
Yeah.
Or actually, they have a better shot at Mr. Prime Target. They're gonna go for Royal Knights.
Alright. They can certainly try.
They missed.
Yeah, I think they
I don't
missed.
think that did anything.
Yeah, they got a big number too to boot. Alright, so nothing
Yeah, I
happens
don't
there.
think anything happens.
Okay, is these Oak Soldiers' turns. That is more of you, Zumasu. The guys below them are going to go right after.
Okay, so those ones, you can't move through enemy units, right?
You can't end your space in... Oh, you definitely can't move through enemy units either.
Okay. They're gonna actually go over here to attack this guy,
Okay.
the stunned group, and they get pack tactics, right?
Yep, they certainly do.
Pew. So 16 plus. So they got 46.
They got a 41, so you succeeded. Minor success.
Bonk.
Right.
Okey-dokey.
As they are panicking, the Oaken soldiers move past the Hazel Archers to flank them. These guys, what will they do? They also have their
So-
Scorching Rays, so they can use those if they want to.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, they're gonna beat up the stunned group, Scorching Ray that group. So pack tactics still.
Right.
Ooh. Oh
Ooh.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, That's an overwhelming success, I believe. Oh, how did they... I'm just noticing that their numbers are a bit skewed. How did they have 30 out of 28?
Yeah, I might have... It should be... Yeah, that should be 28 out of 30. Okay.
You somehow went inside of their token and changed their maximum.
That makes more sense there.
Just changing it back. Alright. Okay, so overwhelming success. That's going to deal 5 damage, battle rating damage to these guys, and then they're going to need to make a morale check. Right, they managed not to rout, although they have taken heavy casualties. Hey, their turn is done. Amon, it is your turn. Anything to say? Anything to do? Any words of wisdom?
Sip. All right, that's it.
Right. Sipping is a bonus action, so you still have an action left if you want.
I'm gonna chug. Sipping.
Right. The Acanthus Cavalry's turn. They're engaged with the Sylvanus archers. Zumasu, what will you have them do?
Oh, they're kind of in a pinch. They're gonna scooch up a little. Can they scooch up a tiny bit? Meh.
Yes.
And they'll attack with the pack tactics. I don't think they have enough of units to actually do anything here, but we'll see. Yeah, they don't do shit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the archers are holding strong. They are well trained and are managing to pick off a few of the cavalry that are attacking them. But nothing changes with the units. Alright, the cavalry next to them. It's their turn.
They're gonna try the same thing and hope for good numbers. Can the units merge? If
No.
they're the same type of unit?
No.
Okay. That'd be amazing.
That would be cool, but it would be highly complicated.
Okay, I only got a 15.
Sorry, I forgot to roll.
Yeah, I don't... God damn, those archers.
These are rookie numbers. Alright, they are holding strong.
Cavalry are worth shit.
Yeah, the Aloran cavalry are not great. I mean, I know that you're a paladin, but they aren't... The Alorans aren't known for their paladins. They're known for their archers and mages. Alright. It's the Royal Knights' turns. They know that they are getting attacked, although they weren't, affected by it. They know that they're getting attacked, and they're going to start using a bit of their je ne sais quoi to go and engage the cavalry of the New Dawn folk.
Damn it, get back here!
Yeah, they don't even know you're there.
Fuck!
But they're going to attack the Nudonian Cavaliers with advantage. Okay, they have a big number. So that's... actually, these numbers are fairly similar. But the commanders actually are tipping it in the scales a bit. Because they have a 18 on this commander here. So that's 16 plus 18. That's 34 plus 39, 60, 70, 73? Is that 73? I don't know, man. I'm gonna bring up a calculator. Because I'm sick of this.
What's the math?
It is 16 plus 39 plus 18. Boom, 73. I was right. Okay, I was having a breakdown about nothing. Alright.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm sure your middle school teacher was proud.
And your math is 15 plus 5, 20, so 63. Oh, damn, 73, 63. So, technically it's 11 plus to cause a massive hit. So they have just barely survived a massive attack from the Royal Knights, who are, by the way, wielding great axes. That's kind of the Kanan's thing, is axes. So, these Cavaliers are just going to take a minor hit boing, of 2.
That seems really rude that they have siege tree ends and they just run around with axes.
Yeah, they're woodsmen, dude.
Well,
How do you think they got the treants to cooperate, huh?
chop down.
Alright, it is the
Ooh.
Dawn Guard Pikemen's turn. What will you have them do, C?
All right, the pikemen are going to. They can't really do much because they're way in the back, so they're gonna move on out.
Alright.
Um, actually, I guess they can dash. So I think they're gonna dash to there.
Okay, they
How's
dash
that?
into a advantageous position, since they can guard on command anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I should also... I'm kind of getting rid of some of the extraneous guard tokens that I've had on these dudes, because most people are engaged now. Alright, Boom Crash, anything to report?
Reading this book, turning pages.
The real
chilling.
page turner here in the hole.
Mhm.
Alright, well,
I mean-
you are on standby if Mao needs any spell assistance. Any
Exactly.
spelling assistance.
You speed reading in there?
I'm taking my time with this one. The other one had a time limit, so I'm
Fair.
moseying.
Alright, this...
So someone else used the term mosey. Yes. We had to talk about this earlier.
Must have missed it.
Okay, well,
Now the
Final
only
Fantasy 7
yeah.
joke.
just trying to do fancy moves so that they don't have to, like, immediately engage. But, they're gonna at least flank these Cavaliers now. So they're going to roll against the Cavaliers to the north. They got a 44. C, roll against them.
Great. I was excited about the mosey. Okay. All right, that's what I get for being excited about the mosey. It's
So-
only a 2.
So
That's
what's your
bad.
total? Oh, you beat them by 2. Good. So nothing happens.
Yellow kicks ass. I'm glad that I picked yellow.
Right. Next group. Oak soldiers. These guys are still in the crevice here.
They are. So let's get them out.
Also, thank you for the sub, 7 Seal Ursa. It's good to see you again, and it's good to be here again. We're trying something new.
Giant, massive RTS.
Tabletop RTS.
I can't reach the archers from this angle, but I can.
You
still
can
provide-
with your Scorching Ray wands.
Spear. Oh yeah, scorching ones. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you can attack these archers. You do have disadvantage because of the storm, but it's negated by pack
Well,
tactics.
Okay.
So it's just
I
the
rolled
first
twice
roll.
Just in case.
Alright, looks like we need to do math because those are fairly close. So 45 plus 11, 56. They got
Mine's-
56.
Okay, and mine is 37 plus 15, or am I reading the wrong thing?
Nope, that's the right thing. Okay, so nothing happens, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, because defense win.
Okay, it's the Alorn mages. They have just been fired upon by the mercenaries of the Nudonian group.
What the fuck? I wish there was a wall of force so they can put everybody in timeout.
Well,
They don't have one.
they don't have one, but their commander does, I think.
Oh.
I know, we've kind of mastered the units
Yeah.
moving with the commanders, but if you'd like, the commander can act independently. They just won't add their bonus to their group.
Oh man, there's so much more stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
Wall of fire? and Wall of Force and chain lightning.
Wall of Force is a fun one. Ooh, Chain Lightning too.
Chain lightning is good.
They also have an arcane gate in there.
What the fuck? That is definitely what I would use. Get at it, don't click on it. 500 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they basically gain the movement of a cavalier.
Or I set up an arcane gate and we can move everybody else on that second flight over here.
Certainly can.
They already consider the mages a threat, so I'm just gonna enforce the threat. Let's do an arcane gate.
Okay. Where is this arcane gate gonna go?
Well, I guess they're gonna fly out a little bit because it's 500 feet. I don't like that. Shit. I just realized if I put it on the back end, then they could escape through it, technically.
Anybody can use these.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. So let's try to strategize and let's put it up on top of the ridge where the open soldiers and the hazel archers are.
So you're gonna put it up here?
Yep. Or in between, probably would be preferred. I can't grab them.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So you want it... You said in between them?
Yep, and then the other one right in the middle of the fortress.
Ooh. Interesting.
Hey, we want to occupy it, right? Gives
Yep.
them an opportunity to escape, and it gives us an opportunity to enter.
Yep.
I think I broke Chris. He's like, fuck, no.
So, the Aloran Elementalist, they see an opportunity and act independently from their unit. They create an arcane gate within the fortress and link it to the oak soldiers posted on the hill, as well as the archers. They turn around and they can see the interior of the fortress and see a few scant guards that are still lingering within the fortress, who are suddenly panicked and rushing for help.
Oh damn! I was just trying to get rid of the other ones, and you straight up found a way to cheat the system.
Look, I have
Good.
flying wizards, and I have a door that can bring people to places. I think we're good.
Mm.
I mean, I have 2 units right there that I could just send your way too.
I call.
Probably what they're gonna do.
I had this. Well, I call hacks.
I know, right?
Fucking wizards.
I think
Fucking wizards.
I think you don't have, like, the clerics that are inside have been using most of their spell slots for like food and water and stuff. The war priest might have dispel magic on them, I think. So they might be the only one that's able to stop this effect.
Ah, you mean turn around? Turn around?
Turn around.
Every time you look, so
You gotta give these NPCs names after this.
So the Aloran Elementalist just did stuff,
Yep.
which replaces the mages completely, right?
yeah, I'm gonna put an X on them. They're not dead. They're like unused. They can't apply their bonuses to any effects this turn.
Okay.
Whoa.
What was that for? Oh, yeah, you did stats, so it rolled for their hit points.
Okay. I didn't know what that was about. Sorry about that.
It's fine. It's actually doesn't show up on stream. It just sends it to the DM. I see every one of those mistakes.
Nice. Well, they're done. I tried hitting done, and I don't want to hit it again in case it's gonna like lag out.
Oh, I didn't know if the mage's unit was doing anything themselves, because they still have
I thought-
firebolts if they want to.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking before. I thought if the Elementalist did stuff like the Commander did stuff, the mages could.
Nope, they can act independently.
Okay.
It's just they don't apply their battle rating to them this turn.
I would like them to cast Suggestion.
They would need to be within listening range of somebody.
I want to scream!
I'm gonna say that suggestion's a little off limits for this battlefield.
30 feet. Well,
Just because each of them is going to need to find somebody that hasn't been suggested yet, and they have to get like close enough to talk to them. And they're already in combat, so there's kind of a bit of a disadvantage thing there as well. So I'm going to say suggestion won't have an effect.
Well, I already moved, so let's use the remaining probably 200 feet. So I can move back.
You do have a firebolt as a cantrip, so you can attack at range.
Yeah,
And you have a height advantage, so it'll negate the disadvantage. Ooh, but the mercenaries have cover from the fortress. So you'd have disadvantage if you tried to shoot at these guys.
I didn't want to attack the Newtonians.
Okay.
They're assholes, but we're trying to be friendly with them.
Uh-huh.
So I was looking for range stuff so I can attack the Royal Scouts. Or...
Now, you don't have enough range for that, unless they're going to cast another spell.
Nope, then I guess it's just a guard position then. That's the end.
Okay, they can certainly guard.
Guard their kilts.
Cavaliers. They are surrounded on all sides by treants, royal knights, and royal foot soldiers.
Right. So, is there any way to disengage?
You can certainly try. It requires a morale check. And if you fail, you lose your entire turn. And even if you succeed, you have to move at half speed, which thankfully for your mounted units is still pretty substantial.
Alright. You know what?
It's a DC 10 to disengage.
I gotta disengage. This is gonna be terrible, but you know what? Gotta take a risk.
Okay, make a morale check. You have +3 from the knights. Okay.
Huzzah.
The Knight of Dawn commander orders a retreat from the Cavaliers. They turn on their horses and are able to escape from the treants and all of the knights, really. And they manage a half-speed retreat.
Actually, let me just measure that real quick. Whoa. Okay, I guess they can move a little bit further.
Yep.
Alright. That's it.
Okay. It is the Hazel Knights. They're still rushing out there. They do see that there is an arcane gate up there, though. If they wanted to take advantage of that, I'm just checking. Oh darn, I thought they had Misty Step. Oh well. They can still climb up the walls, Mao, if they want to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, would you like me to make a check for them to climb the cliff face?
Yeah, I'm just double checking their stuff. You would need an athletics check from them. Actually,
Or
you can arcane surge it. Yeah.
Or I can arcane surge.
I mean, it's still a ways up because it's 200 feet up, so you'd need to still use a lot of speed to get up there, so it'd still be an athletics check.
Is there anything else? Can I just, like, teleport? No. That's fine. I think I'll just hold the arcane surge then and just, yeah, climb up. Ha!
Okay, the highly trained Hazel Knights begin to ascend. It takes them 400 feet of movement, which they have 300, so they'd need to dash to do so. But they'll have 200 feet left over, so they can enter that portal and emerge inside of their fortress. Do you wish to do so?
Yes.
Right. It's a very tiny arcane gate compared to the the overall unit size.
Right, so it's like in the movie Warcraft, and they all just kind of go through one at a time and then swarm on the other side, and it's really scary.
Yeah, so I'm going to say only one unit can go through each round. But these guys are super elite, so that's also kind of
Okay.
worth it. So they filter through and manage to get the entire contingent of Hazel Knights through. And if you want, you can Arcane Surge,
Ooh.
which would mean you'd be able to attack or cast a spell this turn.
Do they have suggestions?
I'm gonna say suggestion's not gonna have an effect. But a lot of their spells, like Magic Missile, will basically mean they can attack at range this turn. Same thing with, like, Shatter. Lightning Bolt might have more of an effect.
So the idea is that we're trying, like, the Alorans want to occupy the space and take over it. The Newdonians are not going to be happy about anybody trying to occupy the space or giving up to Alorans.
Yeah,
they're also
they do not want the
fighting
Alorans' help. They see them as invaders.
Okay, so if we're just seen as invaders, let's just smash until they give up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I
already
mean-
committing to conquering them, so
Right.
yeah, why not go all the way?
Like, yes, I've said that this is a peaceful, like, oh, we want to help you, but that's
No, it's-
actually more like what's going to be written in the Aloran newspapers.
Right.
What's happening is you're taking over this fortress.
Lightning ball?
You're trying to route both forces so that you can then claim the New Donians.
Yeah.
So
Let-
Allie, you committed a war crime, so finish up on it.
So you better follow through. So Lightning Bolt has a 60-foot range, so you do need to get within range of these mercenaries. It's basically melee range,
So-
practically.
Yeah, so use the surge to move 30 feet to be able to get closer, and then move closer even more. And
As
then
the Hazel
lightning bolt.
Knights emerge through the portal, they use their Arcane Surge, and they can teleport like a small distance when they do so. So they all teleport into like a circumference around this mercenary contingent of what is essentially thugs, and then they all fire upon them. And, well, that's almost enough damage to kill any single mercenary. So I'm going to say that this is probably going to be... This is going to be an immediate morale check to see if they survive. An immediate... Well, actually, I'll do their saving throw. Let's do that before I decide
okay,
anything.
Good.
Oh, I was doing it for you by accident.
Yeah. So either way, the number's low, so whatever.
The number's low. So now I'm going to need you, and I'll have you do this, to make a morale check. They're headed by a Knight of Dawn, so they do have +3. Okay, so they aren't immediately outright slain, but a large portion of them is destroyed. So they do take -5.
All right.
In fact, it's a spell. I'd like it to have a bit more of an effect. I'm gonna do another D6. Another 2.
All right.
It's Lightning Bolt, and this was fun. So I'm gonna say that the surprise and the effect of the
Death.
Lightning Bolt, it has
And the betrayal.
the sudden but inevitable betrayal has done a 180 on this fortress. All right. By the way, I know it's a little past time. We're gonna go to the end of this round. It's been a long round. This is round 3, in fact, but we will probably end the night at the end of the round. So, the Knights of Dawn at the front, headed by the War Priest. What will they do?
Well, gotta turn around and kill these heathens.
Murder!
Why can't I click on them?
Are you on your measuring tool? Okay.
No, I just couldn't click on them for some reason. Okay, you know what? Get closer. Surround them. Burn them. Yeah. All right. Let's just blinding smite.
That's one of their individual abilities, but I guess if you want them to smite these guys, I can definitely do something with that. Okay,
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
so
Alright,
Mao, I'm gonna have you make an opposed roll against them. The Knights of Dawn have advantage on the roll because of the mercenaries who managed to hold their own. Ooh.
Okay.
Well, we don't know, because this isn't immediately. So the Knights of Dawn have 60 plus 13. That's 73. Just want to check the numbers on these guys that are underneath everybody. So that's 38 plus 8. That's 46 plus 20, 66. So technically, even with a natural 20, the Hazel Knights still take a hit here.
Wow.
Which
Shit.
I think is still a heavy blow.
Oh my god.
So they're going to
Your
take them.
small commando team just ran into the army.
Well, your commando team also just ran into the anti-magic unit of the team.
Right.
So
Ugh.
that's a massive hit. I just did 5 damage to the Hazel Knights.
Yay.
I'm going to say, because of the Blinding Smite, it's going to deal an extra d6 of, an extra d6.
Holy shit.
Nice.
The paladins were like, we ain't having any of your magic bullshit.
Yeah. Just all of these Hazel Knights, these like almost like eldritch, giant armored people just walk through this freaking gate and they just set off a lightning bolt and then they get bonked.
And, Mao, I'm going to have you roll a Constitution save for the Hazel Knights to avoid being blinded.
Damn it.
Oh shit.
Okay, they
Okay,
resist
good.
being blinded and gaining disadvantage on their attacks next turn. But they still need to also now make a morale save because of the heavy hit that they were just dealt. Okay, they managed not to rout. So that's good. Back through the portal! No. Alright, so there is
Run away.
a lot of stuff going on in there. It is the secondary mercenaries' turns. The Cavaliers have just retreated back to the fortress, abandoning these guys out in the battlefield. What will you have them do, C?
All right. In that case, make way for the cavalry. So I think I'm just going to. Shit. Why can't I click on? Okay. Weird. It's just required multiple efforts. I'm gonna shift it to the side and make an attack. What? Damn, why is everything so complicated? Alright.
That's a
Royal
good roll.
soldiers. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. The groups of people kind of negate the advantages that anybody would have had. It looks like I gotta do math. 28 plus 9 is 37. Which... Yeah, you beat them. By how much? So that's 33, 40, 51. Yeah, okay, that's a massive blow. So the Royal Soldiers take a -5, and then they need to make a morale check. Plus the Knight, they do succeed. So they have not routed, but they have taken a hefty blow. I keep forgetting, actually. Some of these guys have advantage on the morale check, but I don't think it's really come into play too much yet. I probably would have noticed if somebody with the Brave effect had died, which is this little sword icon that's in the corner. So if that happens, somebody remind me. Alright, mercenaries are done. Zumasu, how's it going over here?
So I guess I would just be trying to figure out what's going on a little bit. I wouldn't know about the portal or anything. I would just be like, okay, Mao, it looks like something's happening up with the Newdonians. There's a lot of chaos. If you want to make your move, you should probably do it soon. I'll have Dustflicker fly a little bit closer in case you need an out. He's just gonna fly over this way. On top of the mountain.
Okay.
Alright. Cool. Trying to get to him. Just trying.
Okay.
Alright, the final turn of the night is this Royal Soldier, the guys that were just attacked by the mercenaries. Yeah. Alright, so they're going to attack the mercenaries, negating any bonuses or anything. So they just rolled an 11. C, oppose this.
Oppose.
No, no, no.
Well, you do have a bonus here, because they are much weaker than you right now. So they have 23 plus 11, 34. They only got a 34 on this. You have a 33 base, so you still beat them, so nothing happens. Right.
Yeah.
It's the top of the round. We're not going to do the acid rain thing tonight. We'll do that at the start of the next session. And I believe some of these spell effects have gone away at this point. Mostly just the
I think the terrain
ice,
is melted.
just the ice
Yeah.
storm. But the Hunger of Hadar is still going as long as Boom Crash concentrates. So
Boom Crash concentrating on the Hunger of Hadar in the middle of the bag.
this is proving to be somewhat interesting. Stuff is happening. There's kind of two main concentrations of battle. The Nidonians have turned against their would-be inhabitants of the Alorans, while they continue to fight on one front, but neglect another front that the Nidonians are fighting on. So this is probably going to continue into the next session. Although now that we've kind of gotten a handle for it, I think that it might start quicker next time.
I get that feeling the Kanadans are probably just gonna probably have to run away, and it'll fall back to the Alorans versus the Nudonians after things settle down.
That could be
Oh,
what
no.
happens, but who knows? With these morale checks, sometimes people just go away. So we'll have to see next time. Thanks everybody that came out to watch the return of the Dorkvision stream. We will see you guys next time. You can watch this stream every Sunday from 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to midnight, or a little more sometimes. And what was I going to say? Oh, if you miss a session, you can always catch us on YouTube at YouTube/NobleCrumpet. You can find my books on DriveThruRPG and the DM's Guild. And yeah, I think that's it. Catch us next time for the thrilling conclusion of this mass combat encounter. And hopefully they'll be able to continue onward to Famladan at the end of next session. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Right.